All right, let's do it then. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Pass the Barb. Today is Monday. It's October 14th. Nope, I lied. It's Tuesday. Got my days all back.
Yay, Pink's Wi-Fi
to
is
this
hot
right
and
now.
off and terrible right away.
No, he's back, folks. He's back.
No,
I'll pick up where he left off. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another PTB. We are recording October 14th. This is Tuesday evening. A lot of things have happened. A lot of things in the crock pot, per se, that we're going to open up and digest. You know, a lot of good stories, a lot of good events. Fall is in the air. Different hunting seasons are opening up. Fall fishing is here. Our buddy Bart, he is no longer a single man. So all you ladies that were listening to the pod that were inquiring and DMing us like, yo, will Bart DM me and let me know? Like, will Bart take me on a date? Shut it down. Shut it down. He's a taken man. Shut it down. He's a Mr. now. He's a Mr. Bartushik.
God, our demographics are going to be changing, boys.
Yeah. We were number one, and with this, it's a bump in the road, really. With Bart getting married, it's not going to take a huge toll on our numbers. Hopefully not, but we need everybody, especially the single ladies out there that were inquiring. Keep listening, please, because of each and every one of you. That's why we're the number one outdoors podcast, still ranked to this day, and with some mediocre Wi-Fi, but still good enough to get through. My good buddy that joins us, Ryan Pincala, and the man of the hour, especially last week, other good buddy, Adam Bartushik. Welcome, boys. Chatter in.
Yes, we are back. Yeah, and we're the number one outdoor podcast in the world. But also, it's surprising we've hit that number with how many people we need to actually go hit the subscribe button on podcast platforms. We actually got a notification from Spotify being like, "Yo, we don't understand how you have so many listens and so many few followers." So we do appreciate you all just Googling Pass the Barb every 2 weeks, but like there's an automated thing that just downloads it to your phone. So just click follow and do that. That will help us tremendously.
We do
and make Spotify happy so they don't yell at us.
And then when we may or may not post another one, you might even see it.
Exactly.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that way if our social media ever just completely vanished, but we still kept doing the podcast, you would still get it. Because otherwise you'd have no way.
In a lot of scenarios.
Mm-hmm. Really. It's not like you're getting charged, $5.99 a month like you do for Netflix or whatever it may be. This is free.
It's a free
button. It's a free button. I know, crazy, right? You never would have guessed.
But no.
Well, goddamn.
Welcome back, fellas. It's good to see you boys again. The last time we were all together was at Bart's wedding. We're gonna get into that later. That's some epic stories. Adam had an awesome wedding, straight up. Like Adam had an awesome wedding, like really good.
I believe the last time I saw Sobi was somewhere around 11:30 on the dance floor. And I think the last time I saw Ryan, he was filming me sign my marriage certificate at about 10:45 at night, quite blitzed.
It's an incredible story.
And I think that's about the last time I saw both of you. I could be wrong, but that's what my memory serves.
And not even a shameless plug. If any of you guys are listening right now and you don't follow PTB Pass the Barb on the social medias, like you should. Like there's some funny videos from Bart's wedding that Ryan was posting and funny pictures, and like Ryan captured the exact moment that Bart was pretty blitzed out of his mind going, wait, I didn't sign anything, so I'm not married. And they're like, no, not actually.
Yeah, they don't
really
get
it done.
Yeah, they don't really tell you they do tell you. I just failed to read it. You always think that
like they never told me except for when they did. Then
typically all the glitz and glam is like, I do, you may kiss the bride, and you're like, God, it's like the minute the United States government just knows the moment I kiss her, I am now married. No, that's actually not factually correct. There is a marriage certificate you have to sign, and you have to sign it that day too. Like, it actually can be a major big issue if you don't do that. So glad
we got it done.
Glad Alyssa's mom walked downstairs to go check on the bride and groom suites and saw it just sitting unfilled out on top of one of the tables.
That's actually so funny because Adam is like very organized, very good with paperwork, very good with typing things up, being like, punctual with everything. And then to know on his wedding night, he was like, yo, you got a whole thing you need to fill out. I think that is freaking hilarious to me. That's
I even knew about it and I forgot about it because I had to sign it at Daniel's when he got married because I was his best man. Yeah, totally slipped the mind. But no, we're back.
We're back, baby.
We can dive into more of the wedding stuff later. But yes, the social media channels, get on there. We've actually been growing a ton on social media too. So we're all good there. Life's rolling on. But what you been up to lately, Sobi? Well, Pink tries to figure out his internet situation.
I kind of like that. Pink does that every once in a while. Like,
yeah, if you're not subscribed on YouTube, you wouldn't know. But like, when his Wi-Fi is bad, it's like real bad, and then it's like he just freeze frames.
I'm not judging, dude. I'm not judging. I got bad Wi-Fi too, so no judgment. Ain't no judgment. But what's been going on here? Dude, like fall's in the air. It's finally now cooled off. Like, we went from last time we spoke to you, we went from Adam's wedding, and it was a beautiful day. It was beautiful, but it was really warm.
It was fucking hot as shit. Like, it was record heat.
It was hot.
Record. Okay, you don't have to say beautiful day. It was 92 in October. It broke records for heat. It was hot as fuck.
It was a good day to drink cold beers and go to a celebration.
Yes.
But the very next day was like that, equally that warm and like blowing 30 miles an hour. Like, It would have been, people's hair would have been everywhere. It would have been equally as gross, hot, but like inconveniently windy. So like, I'm so pumped you guys had it on Friday opposed to the Saturday or Sunday. Like, it was, yeah. But with fall being in the air, it went from like record highs to October is now fall, and it's like cold out. Like, we just turned the heater on today in my house, and we've been deer hunting. We have not dropped one yet. No deer have hit the dirt nap yet. I had a nice little 5-pointer right under my stand the other night, and saw a couple does. And then this has been probably the most hilarious part of the hunt. So Friday night is when we like did our first bow sit of the year. It's been so wicked hot. Like, we just haven't been out yet. And it's finally cool enough like that we went. And I just like had a feeling, I was like, I think Steph's going to get one, like I think she's going to get an opportunity to doe. Like, I'm going to sit with her, leave my bow at home, and I'm going to film. Like, I'm down to like, there's an equal amount of attraction of like me capturing the shot of a deer getting smoked as me getting one too, especially if it was Steph shooting it. I'm like, dude, I want to film this, I want to capture this. So we go out there and see absolutely, like, we don't see shit, right? Like, see nothing, zero. The next morning, Steph goes back to that same stand and in that same woods, sees absolutely nothing. So her first 2 sits of the year, like, she saw like 3 squirrels, a couple blackbirds. That was it. On Saturday night, she's like, I'm getting out of those woods. We hunt like these 3 little strips of woods, got stands all over them for different winds. She goes to a different woods. I go to a different woods. Nobody's back in that same woods. At like 5:30 at night, in one of the trail cameras, there's like 4 beautiful does just frolicking. And then like half an hour later, they work their way down this trail about 6 yards in front of this double stand we were previously sitting. And we just have trail camera pictures of like, it's not even close to last light. It's like 6 o'clock. Like 4 or 5 of them are just like hanging out. A couple does are hitting
aimlessly walking.
Yeah. And I'm like, and she's sending me screenshots as we're in the stand. She's like, this is bullshit. And I was like, and I'm like laughing in the stand at this point. I still haven't seen a deer either. And I'm like, no, that's not bullshit. That's just like straight comedy. That is like nature comedy right there. You got to appreciate that for everything it is. So that was kind of the recap of our weekend of hunting. No opportunities had, and Steph didn't see a deer, but they were close to where she had previously sat, so it was pretty good.
She could have seen one.
She could have.
She related it to pull tabs. She's like, when do we go play pull tabs? put money in a box and then instantly go to another box or another box. Stick to the same stand. And I was like, that's not bad stratego.
Yeah.
Pull tab theory. I like it.
Pull tab theory.
I got to bring this up because it relates to the pod and deer hunting, and it's basically the only thing I can add to this part of it. But if you remember last pod, when we were talking about wedding gifts, I told Pink that I was running out of elk meat. I needed help. I did, when we did unwrap wedding gifts, shout out Matt Voigt. He did write in a card and then just like put a little thing in there that said good for one processed deer for however you would like it.
That is awesome.
Gift. And I was like, that's great. But it is also funny. You guys will also appreciate this because at times I say shit and completely forget it. I did text him and went, that's a fantastic idea. And he replied, and he was like, that you literally said that on the last podcast. And I was like, you're right. I did actually say that. That is a good idea. But thank you.
Bart opens it like, dude, that's so kind. That's such a good idea. Thank you. He's like, it was your idea.
Like realistically, Voigt should have just taken it and been like, I know, crazy. I came up with this idea. It's nuts. But he did.
Yeah.
He's such a good guy. He was like, you came up with
I have to run out
and podcast.
I will say though, I am glad that when you texted me about that, I know I texted you back. I was like, God, I hope he drops it off whole, and like that would have been awesome.
Yeah, just a whole deer just gets left on the driveway. But yeah, it did say in it processed however you would like. So he did have that in there.
Well, you better take him up on that.
Yeah, no, we will. I gotta get a hold of him and get that dialed in. But I'm sure we'll be doing a little bit of dough patrol for a little bit of meat in the freezer, which I'm hyped on.
That'll be sweet.
Anyways, what's been going on with you hunting, Pink? What's you been up to?
Well, I guess a lot's been going on. I was at your
Hold on, pause. Before you go into what you're doing, I was trying to go run and find it. This has something to do with Bart's wedding, and it's his wedding gift. Bart's wedding was so incredibly awesome that a day and a half after, on my kitchen counter, I saw a card there that said congratulations. And I was like, oh, what the hell in the mail? I opened it up and it's Bart's wedding card. Me and Steph forgot, like, it's a card with money and nice things said. And I'm like, we didn't give this to him? And Steph's like, we forgot. And why'd you open it? I was like, it said congrats.
I thought someone was telling me congrats.
So Matt Voigt is the MVP, and I'm like the least valuable player because I have your wedding card and I opened it myself. I was trying to find. Now I can't find it. I'm so pissed.
She probably hid it from you, so you don't
open
it
again. He also spent the money at Quick Trip, so
yeah. so she hid it from you, so she isn't like, where'd Bart's wedding money go? And you're like, I needed McDonald's, like I needed dinner. There was money there. I thought it was mine.
When the trip calls, it calls.
It said congratulations. No, Ryan. Anyways, you're not the only one, Sobi. Griff texted me the next day and was like, had fun. For the record, I have your card.
Yeah.
Well, I remember I put my card.
Pink did give his card. I did. Yeah. We went through all the gifts and everything that next day before we flew out. But so that is fun. And I said, I was like, I'm gonna end up hearing from like friends for about a
lot of people. Just know it was a good wedding. If we totally forgot to put the card in there, we were probably plenty beers in. Like, that was the least of our worries.
I did tell her that. I was like, for the next month, I'm going to get random texts of, dude, I totally forgot your card. And I just found it in my truck or whatever.
Yeah.
But either way, we wanted people to be there, not for the gifts. So it's appreciated. Anyways, go ahead, Pink.
Well, when I left the wedding, me and Nicole, we brought the boat to the wedding.
So, yeah, for the record, it was a total fisherman's wedding because when you walked in or even the rehearsal dinner on Thursday, you looked outside and there was just a Ram with a Ranger muskie boat parked in the back of a golf course parking lot, and you were like, "Yeah,
awesome.
that's about right."
And they didn't say nothing. Like, we took up, whatever 6 parking spots in the golf course thing, but they didn't care. But yeah, so we left and we went up north in Wisconsin and we muskie fished the rest of the weekend, and we did capitalize. And I'm so mad, dude. Like, we had this whole plan that we were gonna catch. Like, I know we're gonna catch. That we were gonna go up there and we're like, as soon as we get one in the net, we're gonna put on our wedding attire and take this epic picture. And we totally botched it.
I was honestly sad. Like, I was like, because Ryan also talked us up the wedding. He's like, we're about to catch you in this burgundy suit. I have to be holding a big slimy muskie. And I was like,
I know,
it'd be the most
dude.
epic picture ever. Do it for the gram.
And like, dude, I think but when we got, because it was so windy, dude, the rest of that weekend. And like, we got to the lake and it was like, oh, dude, like, I don't even know if we're going to be able to fish the spot or whatever. And it was just rolling. And we're just like, let's just go out there and see if we can even like fish. And then we could. And then we just stayed. And then we caught. And then we were like, well, we tried. So it's the thought that counts. But we'll have to do it another time, I guess. But it was, yeah. So we fished. We caught muskie, which was sick. It was hella windy, though. Like, real windy. But we made it happen.
Was this in Wisconsin?
Yeah, it was in Wisconsin. And of course, we were fishing like the downwind end of the lake. So it was like trying to like stay on a weed edge with like the trolling motor and like 3 and 4 footers and just like still like slinging baits around was kind of a chore, but it worked out and it was cool. And I will say, the one I sent you that picture of when I caught that, there was like not that many other people fishing, but there were some other boats just like driving around. And this boat, it was like a aluminum, probably like 12-foot aluminum little rowboat with a motor on it that had like 5 or 6 people in it. And it was like almost sinking, just driving. And they were just like booze cruise sunset or like taking pictures of the sunset, whatever. But like I said, the waves are like pretty big. And they're just driving, like the weed edge we're fishing. We're going like one direction. They're just on the weed edge, just driving straight at us. And I'm like, awesome.
And
then they start cutting just inside the weeds from us. Like they're going to come like within a cast length of the boat and they're just driving, just idle speed down this thing. And I'm like, seriously? And like Nicole was fuming too, right? Because she hates that. And like, I was literally like, this next cast is literally going to like be like in their boat for sure. And I'm like ripping this tube back. And I'm like kind of the point where I'm just going to like rip it, you know? And I like go to rip it a couple times to reel it in, to throw it at this boat. And it literally just gets eaten like while I'm ripping it back to like literally reel it in and like throw it at these people.
So you went from being like mad, you're like hooked up.
Yeah. But so now we hook this fish and this boat is like 30 yards away. And of course they're like, what's going on over there?
Do you have a fish? It's a good fish. What kind of fish?
Yeah, exactly. So absolute gong show, but it was fun. Yeah. And then I came home and then I just basically put the boat away, got everything ready, and went to North Dakota on Thursday and just got back like basically this morning at like midnight or whatever. So duck hunting. So we shot a bunch. What?
Yak mission?
Oh yeah, we were yakking.
Yeah.
With the cat. Yeah, with the kayak. So yeah. So that was fun. Again, insane wind though, dude. Like it was like 3 days sustained 30 to 40 mile an hour winds, and it didn't even like slack off at night. It just stayed windy like all night, all day, everything. And we were camping, of course. So it was like epic shit show, like camping and that and whatever, but we still shot some ducks. We did pretty good. We shot quite a few ducks. It was like mixed bags every day, so we got a lot of different species, which was pretty fun. Got some geese and then shot an absolute shit pile of coot because you can. So
I saw an Insta post from you that said hot take, coots aren't bad to eat, you just suck at cooking. Like what's the secret?
I did cook. I don't even think it's a secret, dude.
The meat is good.
It is good. It's good. But it's like any other wild game meat. If you overcook it, it tastes like garbage.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's a hard concept to grasp, you know?
Why do you think the coot has gotten such a bad name?
I don't know. Because they're not cool, dude. People don't think they're cool.
Mud duck. Why have they been called a mud duck?
Because that's where they live, dude. I don't know. They're not pretty. They're black. That's it. They don't have all the cool colors on them like all these other ducks.
Probably, dude. Honestly, it's probably just like they just don't. They're small.
But here's what I will say:
and they don't look beautiful.
They're extremely easy to kill a ton of.
It's true,
and they taste really good. So there you have it. But yeah, and like you can like okay, Bart, I know you don't, so you can only shoot 6 ducks, okay, per person per day.
Yeah, that seems like it would be done pretty quick some days.
You can shoot 15 coot per person per day.
That's a lot of coot.
So I'm just saying, like, you trying to stack or what?
And dude, I feel like it's all like, yeah, it's all perception probably of like people would like compare a coot, Bart, to almost like a bullhead. But some people love to eat bullheads, you know? They have bullhead days around our area. Like old folks love bullheads. And just like I'm sure a ton of people have coot, but they've just gotten this stereotype that like, oh, you can't eat a coot. Ugh.
They're pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. And I got a lot of them. So there you go. But no, like I said, they're fun to hunt too. Like they're easy to hunt, which is, you know, a lot of fun too. But yeah, I mean, we got into some of these cattail marshes where we were hunting and they were just everywhere, right? So it's like you can have a lot of action if you're hunting them. But yeah, so we did that. We shot some geese. We had some fun hunts. I mean, it's North Dakota, right? It's hard to go wrong out there, which is super fun. So I always try to do that trip once a year. But yeah, the wind was crazy town. So it put the ducks in a lot of places where they like didn't want to be, but it made the hunting like tough just to find them. But once you found them, you could do some work. But at least the area that we were hunting in, it was definitely like the duck numbers were like down, just because I think a lot of them nested in other areas just because of like how the water was. So like a lot of the local ducks have been hunted for a couple weeks, so they get harder and harder to hunt, and the migration hasn't really come that far south yet. So there aren't like fresh birds every day like it is when you go at the end of October, early November, where you're like migrators and they're like dumb and they're just like doing it. But so we're hunting a lot of local birds. You could tell they'd been shot into a lot and kind of wary, but it was fun. We stacked them up and had a good time. And yeah, so then we just turned and burned, got here and just freaking grinded it out at work today on caffeine, and kind of done.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to like hunting around here though. I have not sat in a tree stand yet at all, but I'm looking forward to doing that soon because now that it actually feels cold, like I like that.
Yeah. Now like doesn't it feel real now? Like doesn't feel real?
Because even in North Dakota, it was like the windy days, it was like 50 at night. So it never really got cold. And then yesterday, it actually like overnight got to like 38 degrees. And you're like camping and you wake up, you're kind of like, ooh, that's right. Yup.
Yeah.
So that was sweet. And then it actually felt like a day you should be duck hunting and everything. And it was like, yeah, we back. So looking forward to jumping in a tree. And I have been an absolute degenerate when it comes to my trail cameras. And like, I think I have 2 cameras that are even still alive.
Is that like not a little bit beautiful though? Because like, you know, the land you're hunting, like it's good land, and you don't exactly know, like, you know what I mean? Like there's a part of that you're like, you know, you don't know. And that's kind of cool.
There is part of that, but then there's also part of it that's like, I'm trying to see what's up, you know? Because it was like we had, I guess, I think I talked about this before, but like the area that we hunt, it's like a lot of ag around there, and then the part we're hunting is like all CRP and like some ridges and stuff.
Yeah,
and like our numbers were like really down just because like all the deer were kind of like spending a lot of time in the corn or whatever. And they just started like pulling all that off. We had all these deer starting to show back up, and then all the cameras died.
I was like, right about like right before it was gonna go down. Dang.
But I did the exact same thing last year too. Like all of the cameras,
and that worked. That worked good. That worked out
great. Yeah. But I was like, oh, I'll just change. But I haven't had time to go down there and like mess with it, you know? So we'll see. Maybe this weekend I'll get a wild air and make it happen.
How about you, Bart? Before we talk about the wedding, like you need to talk about most current events, and you were just in Maine?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, my last 2 weeks have been wild. Yeah, lot of stuff going on. But yeah, after the wedding, which I believe we'll talk a bit about later, Alyssa and I went home. obviously, the next day. Drove home, basically unloaded the truck and everything. And kind of just, basically chilled for like 2 or 3 hours going through gifts and cards and all that stuff before literally packing our bag, going to bed. And then I will give people a piece of advice for if you're going to go do a mini moon or a honeymoon right after. We did like a day in between and we were like, okay, yeah, that'll be plenty. And then Sunday morning, so like we got married on Friday, we had Saturday off. Sunday morning, we're like, okay, we'll fly out. I think our flight to Maine was at like 6:50. And you're like, okay, yeah, cool. It's a morning flight. That's good in theory. And then you do the math when you live an hour from the airport and you need to get there 2 hours early and everything. And suddenly you're waking up at 2:45 in the morning to head towards the airport to make sure you get there in time, because Sundays are very busy at the airport. And we did get there and all that. But like when we were getting to our flight, we were both looking at each other like, I don't even like, how are we going to go on vacation? I am dead. Like tired from the wedding, tired from everything.
Yeah.
And now we're expected to fly out here, but flew out to, went to Portland, Maine. It was, so we stayed in Portland for the first night, which Pink, when we went there for the Chronicles, you guys, I picked you up in Brunswick, didn't I? It wasn't Portland.
That was where the train went.
Yeah, and the train did go through Portland as well. But for the record, for the future, if we ever go back for the Chronicles, there are direct flights to Portland now. That's new as of like a year ago. Compared to when we went, there was not. It was much harder to get there. So, we flew into Portland. Just stayed in downtown Portland for the day. Basically, went to one thing that was really cool the first day was we went to Allagash Brewing Company, which that was like one of the things people said you need to go do. And what was cool about that is, so Allagash is like this giant brewery, obviously, in Maine. And I don't know if just like all the other microbreweries were just like, we're just going to set up right by them. But basically the whole block is like 7 different breweries. So like we parked at Allagash, left there, and then just kind of walked around one block for a while. And it's kind of on the suburbs of Portland. But yeah, so that was super cool. We did that, but then it was cool for the rest of the trip because every bar or restaurant we went to, basically every tap like thing that was up, it was like, oh, I literally went there like 2 days ago. It's
so
all
you
in one.
Knew the ones you liked, yeah.
Well, but it's also like all this beer is centrally located in one block in the suburbs of Portland, Maine, not like vast around the area, you know. But yeah, so then we stayed in Portland for one night. Then that next morning, we got up early again and we drove out to meet up with CJ. So Alyssa and I went out lake trout fishing with CJ for a bit. We fished for like 2 or 3 hours, caught like a couple lake trout, nothing crazy. But mainly just like, oh, let's see the lake, drive around, see CJ, chat. And that was super fun. And the leaves colors were just popping there. So it was cool. Nice seeing CJ again. Had been
obviously. Do you have a picture of Alyssa and a lake trout?
I don't have a picture of her with a lake trout, but she did get to see a lake trout. So she was excited about that.
Hell yeah.
She did also very much appreciate
Bart on his honeymoon, like, Alyssa, take a picture of me with this fish.
No, I didn't either. I did post on my Instagram story that we were out fishing, and I had like a lot of people reply and be like, you're on your honeymoon and you're allowed to go fishing. And I was like, I mean, she's the one who said she wanted to go do it. Like, and we were only going for a little bit, and it was just nice meeting up with CJ.
And it was trolling. So
actually, no, we jigged the whole time.
No way.
Yeah, we did end up jigging. I thought we were going to go trolling, but we ended up jigging. Alyssa very much enjoyed down mode on Garmin. And she started dropping F-bombs on fish that would come up and look at your bait and go away. It was very funny. Very funny.
Did he have scope?
Oh, yeah. CJ he had scope out there when we were there 3 or 4 years ago. I think he's one of probably 7 people in Maine who own it inland.
Oh, so he catches.
Yeah,
The
he catches.
old cheater box.
Yeah, he actually low key had a saltwater transducer too.
Whoa.
So
tits.
that was cool. Yeah, but also, I mean, they're fishing those lake trout so deep in down mode. I think over like 60 feet, you basically need that thing looking down, compared to
Probably, yeah.
forward. So, so that was cool. After that, loaded up, drove out to Bath, Maine, which is heading east. That was cool. We just stayed out there for a few days. It was kind of weird though. We were like, man, there's not a lot of people around. Like it felt like we were just hanging around locals. But it was honestly nice because we got to finally sleep in and chill.
Yeah.
And we got to stay in. I think I
Is
sent
that when you were like on the coast more?
Yes, like
Okay,
my room. We were staying in the top of a lighthouse. I don't know, Sobi. I don't know if I sent you this pic or not. I'll send it to you guys.
Yeah, it was sweet. It was kind of like a bay with a bunch of like boats moored up out there and stuff.
So that's literally like a river coming in.
Okay.
But yeah, it like a bay, like you said, little harbor. Sabasco Harbor Resort, it was called. But I'm gonna send you this picture. Let me find it quick, Sobi. Our room was literally. Sorry, trying to buy time right now. Our room was literally this. Like sending 3 pictures, you can see it. This was the view from our room on the point. It was the top of a lighthouse. It was pretty baller, actually. We were right out on the point. It was not crazy.
Sweet.
It was not crazy expensive either. Very cool. Like super cool experience. But like I said, there weren't a lot of people around or anything. So we were like, it's October in Maine and like colors are prime. Where the hell is everybody? But whatever. We bounced around Bath. That's where like there's a maritime museum there. As lame as that is, we did go to that. That was pretty cool.
What's in the Maritime Museum?
So that's where like all the like lobster ships, like ships,
sweet.
saltwater ships got like the history of it and the build. It was actually super cool. Alyssa really enjoyed it as well. We learned a lot about lobstering. A lot. I learned that I do not
really
want
cool.
to go do it. But
No?
there's
What
a
turned you
lot
off?
of you think this is hard work. Like you wait until you go out there. There also would have to get someone. There seems to be a lot of drama in the lobstering world right now, economically and everything. So
Really?
kind of intrigued by that.
Big drama and lobster.
Yeah, just kind of sub thing we might want to look into. Don't think any of our fan base will really have much of an interest in it, but could be kind of cool.
No, we'll go down the
Netflix
rabbit hole.
doc or something.
No, dude, I'm interested in that. Like,
It's very interesting. It seems like there was some interviews of people saying like they don't think anyone lobster fishing will ever make more money than they are now or the last few years. Like they think it's reached its peak and it's going to start going down. So I don't know, learning about that and stuff was sweet. But then after like recouping for a couple days, and all of a sudden being like, okay, we got some energy. We had rented a car, so then we drove out to Bar Harbor. And for people that don't know, Bar Harbor it's very eastern Maine. It's actually where Acadia National Park is. It's on an island. It's the first place in the United States where the sun rises every day. Fun little fact. And it was popping. That's where everybody was. Everybody was in Bar Harbor. And our resort we were staying in was literally right downtown next to the whale watching company's headquarters and all that. And then there's like a lobster pound right there. Dozens of restaurants and bars all around. It was super cool because we got there, we could park, and then you basically just walked around. There was stuff everywhere.
Did you eat some lobster?
Yeah, I ate lobster once or twice, but lobster's fine. It's not like it really it doesn't really blow your mind, in my opinion. Especially for the price, like you pay $50 for a lobster roll. Like, come on, it's not that good. That's just my thought. I ate a couple lobster rolls, and every time I was like, Pink's lobster roll he made me in Inland Maine was better, but whatever.
Oh my god. I did get a kick out of that. I think you sent me a Snapchat or something when you guys you went out to eat at some seafood joint. And Alyssa, they're in Maine at a seafood like restaurant on the coast, and Alyssa ordered chicken strips.
And I did. I give shout out Boots. Alyssa laughed her ass off. There was the fastest, wittiest comment Boots has ever had was I sent that snap, and he replied, "Bad day to be a chicken strip basket." And I replied immediately, like at that time I was typing, she ordered chicken strips, and he was right on top of it. It was very funny. Alyssa ate a lot of chicken strips on the trip. And
she does eat like a toddler, dude. Like for
she
real.
does. But I got her to try salmon. That was huge. She liked salmon. She said, "This is like better chicken." That was impressive. So yeah.
Did she give lobster a try or no?
No, she couldn't. The texture, like, because lobster's kind of scallopy.
Yeah,
I mean, you've had it. Like, it's a little bit mushy-ish, kind of. She couldn't do that. So
okay, what's Alyssa's thoughts on like fried fish, like crappies or even walleyes?
No fish.
Has she ever tried? Because it is almost kind of like chicken strips. Like, you know what I mean? If you were to take
fish.
But it's not chicken strips.
But it's not chicken strips. That's what you fail to think of, Sobi.
I think like accidentally she could see some fish sticks someday. That
he has these great ideas. Pink knows exactly what I'm thinking right now.
Okay. Have
you ever tried to trick her?
So you know how like you do that with like kids? Where you're like, oh, it's the same, except for like she's an adult, so it doesn't work.
Yes.
True.
When she's like, you're like, it's just like the same as chicken strip. She's like, but it's not.
She's like, I have a medical degree. You know, you can't just like trick me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I am a doctor. Yeah.
Damn it.
But yeah, so we ate a bunch of that food down there, and yeah, it was good. And then we got to go to Acadia National Park. That is crazy cool. Crazy cool, beautiful, unreal place.
That is cool.
And what's really cool about Acadia National Park compared to a bunch of other places I've been is that has to be the most like accessible, easy to get around place. If you can't get around easily, disabled, elderly, whatever, that also is probably why so many retired people were there. It was basically like honeymoon couples or people who might have been celebrating their 40 to 50th wedding anniversary. That was the age dynamic of Bar Harbor. Not cool, really much in the middle, which was, I mean, it was still cool. Super fun.
Did you meet any folks on your travels that like you got in a little conversation with, young or old, that you're like, oh, we're from Minnesota, and they're like, oh, we're from Virginia?
Yeah, we were in a bar one place and watching a lot of playoff baseball's on. So we were watching a game and chilling inside, it was rainy one day, and the people were sitting by were from Milwaukee. So that was like, oh
that's
cool.
Small world.
Yeah. Small world. But other than that, just bounce around, dude. And yeah, for people who haven't been to Maine, I mean, Pink's been there. It's super cool. The best way I can explain like the coast of Maine, since that's basically where we were, we didn't go inland very much. Just imagine the North Shore, but like on mega steroids. It's really, really, really cool. It's a lot like that Duluth to Two Harbors, Gooseberry, all that. Just bigger, more mountains, bigger parks. Cool. Super cool.
And then the inland part of it's like northern Wisconsin, but with hills.
Yeah, that's like what I've heard from so many different people. Is like
exactly
that's why like I honestly like, at least where I'm at in life, like I don't have like a crazy list of like, oh, these are bucket list states I want to go to, but Maine is on that list just because of what you said. It's like you have the option of like the lobsters, the coast, and then you have inland that's like basically Minocqua or Brainerd,
like literally,
with mountains.
Yeah, with mountains, and then there's lakes there, and nobody fishes, and it's like,
and the fishing's really extraordinary.
Yeah,
very, very good. I
That's
highly
so cool
recommend.
You guys went there. That's really
think
cool.
Food is like hella salty though.
It tracks. It tracks everywhere, dude.
don't
Now that you've been
understand.
there twice, that wasn't just a fluke, you guys thought?
It does track. It wasn't as salty as inland where we were, but it still was salty. It was enough
Really?
where you were like, that's
It's
a lot of
thing,
salt.
dude.
Really?
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Dang.
It's because of the ocean for sure, dude.
Yeah, that's that ocean effect.
But 10 out of 10 would recommend. I mean, Alyssa's the one who wanted to go there. So I was like, hell yeah, like it'll be sweet. Go bounce around, do it at a different time of year. But will say I think Maine is by far the most underrated state in the United States of America in terms of visiting, going and doing things, cool stuff to do, not crazy expensive. Like it's worth it. So would recommend for everybody to put it on their bucket list to go check out sometime.
I like that.
It's sweet. Very cool place. And then I flew back on Friday, and then we literally went to another wedding the next day.
Oh my gosh. So like
the next day?
I'm
Literally
sure
the
like,
next day, yeah.
dang. So you
And
probably
I was just burnt out, dude. I felt like every morning I woke up and was just still like sweating out alcohol. It had just been so much alcohol over a week and a half.
That's a lot.
I have to go to this wedding, and we're expected to be like the fun of the party. And I'm like, oh my God, like I can't do this anymore. I see a vodka.
Wedding?
Alex and Jenna's family friends of Alyssa's. They were at our wedding. They were on the dance floor until it closed. So
okay,
we
at least they had to do it too. They went to your wedding and they partied, and you
exactly.
Like,
so then at the end of it, you're like, hey, I gotta
favor.
Yeah, I gotta return the favor. I gotta be ready. So those first like 4 vodka sodas I was looking at did not go down easy, but I made sure they did.
Get in me and make me dance.
Yeah. So we had another wedding, and we had to shut it down. And got home, laid on the couch all day Sunday, and yeah, that's basically it. Just this past few days, been getting shit ready for. I go to another wedding on Friday.
Holy smokes! Whose wedding is this?
Pickles, Bullstad.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be a good wedding. It's going to be a really good wedding.
Will be a lot of fun. But then I got that one. We're in the middle of the wedding marathon right now, boys. I got that one this weekend, and then the next weekend is Pangrax.
Oh my gosh.
God. And that's going to be a good one, no doubt.
That's really the problem is like they're all going to be good weddings, but like I can't handle it, man.
Holy balls.
I'm going to be running on fumes by Halloween.
Honestly, like your midweek rehydration schedule needs to be calculated. And then you just need to you need to tough through it. You need to look yourself in the mirror and be like, I can do it. I can do it. you need to go out there and give it 110%.
Get some smelling salts, dude.
Yeah.
It's very easy to eat at home during the week right now after that long trip and everything. Like I have no urge to go out, get a beer, anything. Like there's still like people from Wisconsin brought me like 12 packs of like Moon Man as gifts, and I'm like, that's great. I still haven't drank one because I can't fathom drinking a beer currently right now. I got it. It's gonna be a 2 or 3 month situation later.
Dang.
I'll get to that.
I will say, at your wedding, though, just because you said Panger there, he did. I was sitting right next to him, and he texted. It's I think Courtney is his fiance, right?
Yeah.
He texted her like moments after and he was pretty drunk too. But he was like, "Hey, I'm just texting you this. We definitely need to sign this marriage thing because they totally forgot, and it's a big deal apparently." Thanks for that.
What a proactive guy. Shout out Matt Pangrax. Shout out BTL.
Like, yo, like he's like, I haven't been to a lot of these, so I want to make sure it's dialed.
Dude, that video you posted on PTB when we were gone to, I think I woke up in the morning because we had gone to bed early. I woke up the next morning and saw that video, and Alyssa and I were both laughing at it. Low key, the funniest part about that video is Panger's snicker laugh in the back of the whole thing.
I know, he was eating it up. He was eating it up, dude. Oh my God.
for you to capture that in real time, Ryan. Shout out Ryan. Shout out Ryan on that.
Well, I just asked him for a flashlight. Smart for him for thinking of like, I'll just turn the video camera on with a flashlight and they'll have no idea I'm filming this.
Shout out Ryan. That was because I woke up and saw that too on Instagram, and I must have been on a dance floor or whatever. I had no idea that happened. And I'm like, nuh-uh, that happened. I was there and I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, it was perfect timing. I don't know. Oh my God, dude.
The best footage is right place, right time.
Yeah. You guys, I mean, are we diving into the wedding next, or what was next on the
agenda? Let's do it.
Hold on. No. Let's go. What's next on the agenda here?
Well, all right, we can dive into it.
I want to say that those stories are good, so I'm gonna make the listeners sit on.
All right. We'll make them wait for a second.
Make them wait on.
All right, so we'll go through some of these because I did throw something up on the gram today, and we did get an absolute shit pile of responses on this.
Okay.
Yeah, there were a lot of really good ones too.
You hit the first one. I'm gonna take a bathroom break. Bathroom break number 1. I'm not prepared today.
Okay.
I'm out of, dude. I've been gone for so long. I don't got more things that take more time.
Damn. Maybe should we do a really quick chat PTB, and we'll just directly ask Chat GPT things that'll take longer than Sobi's time to propose. Just see what it says.
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, I would say that might be good. Or
typing in that will take longer than Sobi's time to propose. Question mark. Loading. Here we go. Number 1, a Minnesota winter wedding. 2, your buddy running in quick to Fleet Farm. That's pretty good. Waiting for your smoker to hit 225.
That's it. That actually doesn't take very long, though.
Waiting for the DNR to answer an email. I think this thing is like definitely learning my habits here. The ice to actually be safe for walking. Someone to find the correct size socket wrench. Decent.
That's very fair,
yeah. Someone saying just one more beer and meaning it. What? I need more. Like, what are you doing? He's taking. This is a hell of a. He's shitting for sure.
Yeah, we might just have to start rolling through stuff. We were ill prepared for him to take several bathroom breaks.
I didn't think he was going to go back to back here.
Yeah, we're not ready for that.
This one says someone to clean the fish. They said they swear they'll take care of tomorrow.
Shout out Matt Waldron.
I love that. So good. That's so good. Okay. Screw that. Okay. So
do you want to, okay, this, we can dive into the questions, or it will take me 10 seconds. I can do a show and tell really quick. I picked up something really cool. I just need to run to my garage.
Yeah.
Can you buy us time? YouTube fans, you'll want to see it.
Yeah. This is incredible. There's no way either one of these idiots is coming back. No doubt in my mind. This is it. Oh, Sobi, there you are. Wow.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I left and then Bart left.
Yeah. I've just been talking to people. You know, we've been having some deep conversation about things.
Way to hold down the floor.
People, all of it. You know.
You the goat. You the goat.
Oh, we're here. He said, let me go to the garage. So that's where he went. Parents in the garage.
He's chilling.
I don't know what that means.
Uh-oh, what's he grabbing? Uh-oh. Oh, dang.
Okay. Oh, if you're not on YouTube right now, you can't see
get on YouTube. This is
that's
sick.
Pretty much your fault for not.
I need to move this mic. Okay. Headphones. I didn't think this through.
Oh,
you're not very strong.
No, I'm just trying to get it. Okay, there we go. Trying to get it on this side of the headphones. Okay. So this is from, I picked this up This is from, there we go.
Bring that back
That
from
is
Maine.
so sweet, dude. That is so sweet.
So this is amount of the 316s I caught in that one day in the Smashing 16s episode. It's a replica.
How many are whites? How many are hybrids? Are they all hybrids?
Well, one's a black, 2 are hybrids. I can't remember which right now looking
That's
at.
so sweet, dude.
Dude, the paint is insane. Like,
Who,
look at this.
Who did this? Who did this?
Eric Frank.
Who's Eric Frank?
Angler's Touch taxidermy.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts. So what's cool about this too is, as you can see, so it's got a hanging mount on the back of it right here in the wood.
Yeah.
But then it's got this base.
Yeah,
and I had him build it because my plan is I'm gonna bring this to St. Paul.
Yeah.
That's
and then I'm
cool.
gonna bring it to the Thorne Brothers deal. That'll happen too.
Nice.
But I'm gonna bring it there so that people can see like
that's what a 16 actually looks like.
This is what a 16 282 looks like.
So when they're like 16.
Yeah. So like, well, and like, you know, they've seen the videos and they've seen all the stuff. So them being able to be like, oh, this is actually what one looks like. And I just figured I was like, I mean, maybe I'll one day do that again, but I think it's pretty hard to catch 316s in a day. So,
yeah, that was epic. And like
or once catch
or
one
once
catch
yeah.
one once. Like, dude, that is like, so the mount is definitely justified, but like that's why, like, if
the
somebody
colors
does
are nuts, that's what I
love. Well, that's the thing,
most.
dude. Like, even if you're watching this on YouTube right now, like, it looks awesome, but like, I know the video doesn't do that justice. Like, pictures never do. Like, to
they never
taxidermy in general. But yeah.
Yeah, when you guys see this in person, you're gonna be like, holy shit.
Dude, and I did a great job.
And it's also for showing too, like we preach so much the like letting go of the big ones and get a replica. Like, I guarantee when you see this in person, you'll be like, yeah, I should probably just get a replica. Because it looks so good. And it's not gonna fade and
like way more real than a skin mount. Yeah.
That is so sweet.
So sorry, Sobi. I went to run and grab that while you were in the bathroom. I left Pink out to dry, but I was like, I
left him out to dry either. I just got back right when you got back. But like one thing I want to say here too is like, oh, I love that so much that you went to go grab that mount, and I'm really excited to see that in person. There's like, I like don't have fish mounts at my house. I don't have any personal mounts myself. Like I have one big pike from my grandpa, but like there's still something so cool that I think mounts are so cool to me. Like just when you go in Cabela's or you go in Bass Pro or you go to somebody's house and they have a big buck or they have a big fish, or it's like, they're still really cool. Like I feel like that trend was so big in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and it's not as big now. And especially like you said, how good replicas are. Like I want to get some mounts of my own someday. And just like, I think mounts should come back. Like taxidermists are so good. They're complete artists. And there's like, people catch impressive fish nowadays. Like big canvases are like, they're so
I want to get,
you could do it later too.
Yeah.
Like you said, like I want to do, like you could, if you have photos of this fish you caught 10 years ago, you get a replica of it right now.
Yeah. Like I still am debating getting that one 656 from the one.
Dude, yes.
Just because it's such a beautiful fish.
Yeah.
It was so round. The colors were great. Like, it's just a beautiful fish. But I was grabbing this too. But yeah, I get to now put this with this mount because this is the jig and plastic I caught all 3 of those fish on. I cut it off after that day. I was like, I'll probably never beat that. But yeah, I did that after. Shout out Hayden Anderson. I know he cuts off every bait he catches a 6-pounder on. Whether it's a largemouth or smallmouth, he cuts it off and then he retires it. And I don't know if he's got him hanging up at his house or what he's got, but yeah, 6-pounders, you cut the bait off.
That's actually so sweet.
I think it's cool. Tradition. Yeah, but okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go move this now, and then I'll come back for PTB fan questions and shit.
All right.
Damn,
so this one was good. So some of these are questions, but I put this up earlier today, and it was like, send us your unpopular opinions kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
We did get some good ones. Some are funny. Some of them are just questions, which is great too. But we got a lot. So I'll just start running through some of these. It's fine that Bart's not here, but I'll just start at the bottom and we'll just work through it. So this one says the no info rule in tournaments is stupid. Pros use scouting reports in real sports. People don't like it. I know there's a lot of drama around that, but people don't like it. This guy hates it.
Pros use scouting reports.
Like I think they're saying like they can, yeah, like in other sports, right?
But I could also argue that and say the scouting reports are out there to the public for fishing too. Like you could do tournament results. There's so much coverage and YouTube videos on every angler and everything and every major thing. Like if you're like, oh, Gunnersville in October, I could just go scouting report a ton of videos.
But isn't like stealing signs illegal in like baseball and stuff?
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Read it for Bart.
We got into the first one here. This person says the no info rule in tournaments is stupid. And they say pros in other sports can use like scouting reports and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying like Sobi was like you can get all this public information too in like other sports. But I was like, isn't like in baseball like stealing signs is like illegal, right?
Yeah, stealing signs is illegal. So there still is certain lines. Well, they're stealing signs to a certain level. Like there's still the art of playing the game, right? So like if a guy's standing on second and he figures out what the signs are, like that isn't it. But like if you're using video technology to steal signs and then banging a trash can like the Astros did, that is breaking the rules. There's certain levels of that, like with football and everything too. But I would say too, so like I think right now the no info. So there's multiple ways of answering this. Number one, no info rule right now is getting flacked because a bunch of people are getting DQ'd for stuff for breaking it and failing polygraphs. Number one, they asked for this. They wanted to get polygraphed more. They wanted people to get DQ'd. They wanted the rules to get like the hammer to come down.
Enforcement.
Because, yeah, what a lot of viewers don't know, and some of us who are a little bit more on the inside in terms of like hearing the rumors and stuff that has happened over the years, is there's a lot of people that are getting away with shady stuff, and they wanted black and gray and cut it. So that's why that rule exists, because you can't really make it more gray. Like just no info, it's black and white. There's no way around it. Yes, it is hard to avoid. Now, with that said, I was very big no info rule for a long time, because also that dude for a long time until forward facing sonar came around, it was whoever had the best network. That's who was going to win. And they could all talk to each other as anglers, but like there's a lot of guys who did a lot of damage because they had money, they could pay for spots, or they had buddies and they could talk to them. So the rules transitioned over a lot of times of like you cannot solicit information by paying, you cannot certain stuff like that. But nowadays I would say is if we're allowing forward facing sonar in our rules and everything, because it levels the playing field and is such a good tool for minimizing time, then I think the no info rule doesn't really matter, to be honest. Other than like 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time.
I think like back in the day, no info, like you're saying, Adam, even like 10, 15 years ago, no info rule would have been like really awesome. Really, really awesome. But I feel like nowadays, I don't know how you guys feel, but like fish move so much. They're so highly pressured now. Even, I mean, nowhere up north like it is down south, but like fish move so much and they're so highly pressured now. A guy could be like, oh, dude, I smashed him and won a tournament here like last year. He'd be like, for any of our lakes around here or even down south, you'd be like, cool, dude. Like they moved a week later, or they're not doing the same thing. Like it's not even pertinent information. Where like back in the day, like hunting holes, it was hunting holes and spots were like spots. Nowadays, there's no such thing as like spots. You could have a more productive area than somebody, but like it's not like everybody finds everything. Everybody, like anglers are so good nowadays. Like I'm not talking tour level pros. I'm talking like anglers are just so good because they know how to read a map. They know how to go. These 5 areas look like the most high percentage points in the lake. It's probably fish relating to them. They hit them. They hit them on Monday. They're recreationally fishing. The guys that are recreationally fishing hit them on Tuesday. The guides hit them on Wednesday when they got a trip. The tournament hits on Thursday night, hits them on Thursday. And then Friday, people are pre-fishing them. Saturday, the tournament guys hit them. So your 5 big points in the lake that you can now see on a map have now been hit 4 or 5 times before the Saturday morning tournament. Like, as far as spots go nowadays, and everybody has side imaging, everybody has good mapping, and then FF, like, dude, you might as well make it open up. Like, it's just everybody finds everything, so I don't even know if it's a big deal anymore.
Yeah, I would just mainly say, like, I still think it should be something of like monthly. Like when I fished the FLW Invitational, it was 30 days. I think that's honestly great. Because, like, you can still chat with people leading up to the event. You can chat with your friends and family. Yeah. Like, it doesn't affect relationships with people. And then the 30 days before the event, it's really easy to tell people, like, hey, today's my last day. Don't talk to me about this for the next 30 days.
Yeah.
And then you're good.
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's fishing style is a little bit different. But, like, anything open water, I feel like, and I'm not a touring pro, so I can't relate to them on that level. But, like, I've never gotten information or had a tip on a lake, and it's like even like hand out, like ever open water. Ice fishing is different, but open water, like, no, like probably never once. So that's why I'm like, I guess I'm not a touring pro, and I don't know. I don't know. It's just maybe that's.
I think it had a point. I think it had a place in time several years ago, but now not as much. However, if we're going to eliminate forward-facing sonar, I want no info rules, because that's the reason it also doesn't matter anymore is because of that. It's for breaking down water. You can do it efficiently. If you take away that tool for breaking down water, suddenly local information becomes a lot more valuable than it has been.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to this next one. Another hot take here. Fishing guides are becoming more popular, hurt the fish populations more than FFS does.
I don't know if I would say fishing guides. I would say people not having the ability.
But it doesn't matter what you say. This is what they said.
Yeah.
I would say it depends on the region and it depends on the species.
Yes.
I would say ice fishing guides.
Yeah.
Probably in small areas on small bodies of water are actually hurting the fishing populations, and especially for like susceptible fish like crappies, and probably down south fishing guides are hurting populations for crappies.
Small bodies of water.
Like,
yeah, I would say that too. That also does come down to being a guide. You have a responsibility of taking care of your resources and like ethics and all that sort of stuff. Going to a small lake that has like one school of big crappies, that's not where you should be guiding. There's certain lakes where you go guide and do your thing and all that.
But at the same token, they're trying to make a living fishing just like
100%
wants to do it. So like I don't know where I argue it. Like it's tough. Yeah, I think it's a good hot take.
Here's another one. Big tiller is better than a bass boat.
Who sent that in?
This was sent in by Cabbage Craig.
Okay, I thought it was maybe Hayes.
It's bad take.
What?
I can
disagree.
Maybe like in Canada, I could see that.
Dude, I can actually give a take both ways. I love a bass boat. I love a big deck. But also, like, every spring, I fish with Hayes in his giant Lund tiller, and the amount of fishable space there. Like, if that Lund tiller had a higher front deck, oh, dude, it might be the sweetest boat. Like, it might be the sweetest boat. Like, there's
wet.
It's so open, dude.
Get so wet.
So open. Oh, I think Hayes' big tiller. I think Hayes' big tiller in rough water would do just as.
Don't get me wrong. I would love to have a little John boat, but I don't.
I don't know. Like,
I have an option between a big tiller or a bass boat. I'm gonna take the bass.
When was the last time you were in a big tiller though?
A 20-footer.
Yeah, like a Hayes'.
I can't say recently, but I still am going to hold strong on my point. I don't like big tillers.
I feel like if somebody
because
got
the biggest thing is everybody goes
bigger tillers.
No, everybody goes, they're so great in big water, they're awesome, and then it's like you get fucking soaked in them. You get more wet in a bass boat than a big tiller.
Well, it depends on what kind of tiller. If you have a big aluminum tiller, you probably get soaked a little more. But like those big, like those warriors, dude, that are like really narrow and that have the wicked, like a Tom Bowley's, like he's got a fiberglass tiller, but it's really narrow and they got the super deep V. Like those are wicked good in big water. Like every boat is a little bit different.
Yeah,
but I don't like. I would still choose bass boat, but there's times where like a big tiller is. It's kind of gangster. It's like pretty gangster.
It's pretty gangster.
I do. Pink, we can go to the other questions you have listed. I do have one that was texted to me.
Well, I mean, none of these are really questions. They're just hot takes. So
I do have one that was texted to me by, yeah, I'm not going to out him, but someone in the industry
Say it.
Does stuff.
Say it.
Out him.
Texted me and said, I have a very polarizing, unpopular opinion, but I may get canceled.
Is that my Wi-Fi? Hold on, re-say it.
He just said, I have a very polarizing, unpopular opinion that I may get canceled if I say it, but I'll say it for the PTB thing. The fishing industry would be happier and healthier without tournament bass fishing.
Is that from
without what? Say it again.
I'm not saying who it's from, but it was not. I will say it was not from Pang.
Replay it again.
The fishing industry would be happier and healthier without tournament bass fishing.
I know we've beaten a lot more bass.
I'm not gonna. I love tournament bass fishing so much. I'm not gonna disagree though. Like it probably would be happier and healthier without it. Like I'm not gonna disagree.
I said I 100% agree. At least the bass fishing industry. I wouldn't agree with walleye and crappie tournaments or whatever, but bass fishing industry as of right now, everyone needs to be put in a timeout for a few years.
Beauty. All right, what do we got here? Sobi not paying his dues doesn't make me mad.
Oh yeah, yes, dude, hell yeah. Who is that? I'm about to follow them right now online. I like it. I like that he understands a man taking his time. Rome wasn't built overnight. You know what I mean? He's the kind of guy that understands patience. You know what I mean? He understands. You know. He understands.
Keep digging.
Keep digging. He understands. Keep digging till you can't dig no more.
All right, what do we got?
Never gonna happen, is it?
You imagine Gretchen at St. Jude. I'm like, yo, I'm signing up for the St. Jude this year, and people that pledge money, I'll do it with the Snoopy ball. Like, highest money raised.
Dude, she came over at the wedding, and she was like, I know we'll get into it, but after our little money thing, she's like,
oh yeah.
So Sobi says he doesn't fish the Jude because he can't fundraise. And she was like going on and on and on about that.
Oh, she was on me. I was cornered by her and Pangrak at your wedding. I was targeted, dude. It was a targeted assault and attack.
I believe it, dude. But it was for the kids.
For a good cause, though. So can I shame
There's
her?
only like 30 spots left, I think, for next year right now.
It was a shakedown in real life.
All right, what do we got here? Another hot take. Now that Bass has caved to the Randys of the world, MLF is much more fun to watch. Let's see, what do we got here?
They both have limited stuff, so I don't know.
Oh, here's a hot take. Honor's return to the pod is going to be fucking electric.
I like that hot take.
That's a great hot take.
And speaking of Honor in the wild, dude, like I know he's been busy on his missions trip and stuff, but he I don't know if he got off or whatever, but he was at Bart's wedding.
Yeah, he came to the wedding.
He came to the wedding, dude. I don't know where I would assume he flew into MSP, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I do.
I just saw him there and I was like, oh my God, he came.
He came, dude. Oh my gosh.
But whatever. They must have got held up because they didn't come to the ceremony. They came to the reception for just a little bit and then they left.
But to see Honor in the flesh was good. And he was tan. He looked tan.
Tan And
He's
Africa
looking
out.
good.
Rip through more of these, Pink. I want to hear more of these.
All right.
Because there's a bunch of them.
Green pumpkin is overrated. Jack's is the best frozen pizza dollar for dollar.
So I'm a big Jack's guy, and I would have said that back when they were like $2.99 to $3.99, but this whole they're up to like $5 deal is like,
damn. I guess I haven't bought one in a long time.
Yeah, no, they're like borderline expensive now. It's like you can get a
that
much
seems like
better
a lot
frozen
for cardboard
pizza.
and ketchup, dude. Like,
yeah, I know.
Damn,
But I do think back in the day
back in the day, I would agree. It was a very
Mm-hmm.
pound for pound, dollar for dollar. It was probably.
It's just not dollar for dollar anymore. That fails.
Wonder Bread is the only color you need for ice fishing. Richardson 112 hat blanks are overrated.
It's probably true.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah,
they're a good blank. Like they're legendary blank.
Walleyes are the most overrated fish.
I would honestly, I'm not
probably
agree most overrated, but they get way.
But like in what context? Like as far as like catching them or like eating them? It just says walleyes are the most overrated fish.
I will agree in the sense of whenever everybody's like, there's nothing better than a fresh cooked walleye. I'm like, I don't get it. Like they're good, but like they taste like other freshwater fish.
They taste like white fish.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's not that big of a difference. I would rather, honestly, I'd rather have like perch or bluegills at that point or something like that. Just smaller fillets.
I'll bounce off that. I think hot take. I think, and I never clean them, and I never have bags of them at my house. But like, I think bluegill are probably the best eating fish, and most underrated. Yeah,
I would agree with that. The only one I'd say differently, Sobi, you remember when we had yellow bass?
Those are good. Yeah.
Fantastic eating fish. And then Pink remembers when we were in Maine. White perch is the unrivaled number one freshwater fish you can have.
I don't know about that, but it was good.
Oh, sorry.
Like perch in general too, like perch slap, dude. Perch
maybe
slap.
Not all around freshwater fish. Sorry. I'm like in the categories of like your perch, walleye, bass, not including salmon or trout, whatever.
Firm fish, which is nice.
And anybody who's done a little trip up north too and knows how to clean them, pike are low-key super good eating. Super good, and that gets no glory. It gets no.
I didn't say it. After the wedding, dude, me and Nicole straight harvested pike. I'm talking.
Really? You caught muskies and you slit throats?
Everyone locked it up in the live well, dude. Full pull. God, we got him, dude.
You always be getting that meat, son, dude. So much respect to Pink. You always be getting that meat.
Always, dude. I don't know. All right, let's keep burning these. A couple more here. Open water fishing is better than ice fishing.
Yeah.
Shout out Clayton Schick.
Yeah.
I just think they're different. I think they're two different things. I honestly don't like when hot take. I don't like when people compare them. I think
they're very different experiences.
Two different experiences. Hot take. I don't like when people compare open water to ice fishing. That's being like, dude, deer hunting is better than fishing. It's like, no, they're like two different things. Even like, dude, duck hunting's better than deer hunting. It's like, honestly, like they're just two different things. Like,
well, I think that's the point.
Yeah.
Like they're comparing them.
It's not like better or worse. It's like they're these different experiences.
All right.
It's like, that's what I think.
This one just says when you get married, sexy time decreases. Sorry, Bart! Exclamation point.
Bart's the only one that can really talk on this.
No comment. Okay.
Yeah, no comment. I just got back from my honeymoon. Life is good.
All right, let's go. I think scroll back down to the bottom here. This one's fun. This is a two-parter, and I can appreciate the second part of this, but the first one's funny. So this one says, just because you went to North Dakota and killed birds doesn't mean you're a waterfowl god. And I love that comment.
It's probably a really good comment.
Because there's so many of those people, dude.
That's like, yo, I went out to Montana and did a little fly fishing, you know?
Yeah. Oh, and we caught.
And
And we
Stolsky's like sitting there like, love those guys.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he
I did a
follows it up.
flying trip. Yeah, I do a bit of walleye fishing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
flying trip to
you
Canada.
know, we
Kind of a
went to
walleye
Canada
trip
and like
for
we
myself.
caught walleyes, dude. It's like
Yeah.
Probably.
We smashed the walleyes.
and then they're
on
like,
our tip.
you had to have this jig.
Yeah.
Like we
went
figured
to
them out.
we went to Canada to this fly-in trip and just limited out walleyes every
And like
day.
no
It's
one
like,
else was catching anything.
no shit.
Just us only. And then so this was followed up with it says Pink is the exception to the previous comment. He's about it and I respect it. Oh boy. All right. Here's another one for me. This one says, when will Pink stake out a muskie for the meat season?
Oh,
Not hot take, but good question.
you know, you've been scheming on it. You know, you've had those dirty thoughts late at night, sitting in bed, being like, "What would just like a full muskie on the grill look like? A Traeger ski? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, Doug and Jesse don't talk to you forever, and that's it. Like, that's the repercussion.
I mean,
like,
if you want to get monetized on YouTube, Pink, like that's a surefire way. Just that video.
Doug's all like the tributaries and the walleyes in Green Bay, and Pink's like, I think we should grill a muskie. And he's like,
like, what's the slot limit out here?
Opposed to guiding for them every day and sticking hooks in their face, I thought I'd just catch and keep one. What do you think, Doug?
Seems more ethical.
Seems more ethical. You're just taking cash, just stick them in the face every day.
Yeah. Repeatedly.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to feed
how
my
much you
family.
caught 100 this year?
Yeah. Doug posts this. I caught 100 muskies this year. I only caught 2, kept them both. We're just poking fun, Doug.
Sounds like sorry. This one says, hot take, Minnesota alone has better bass fishing than the TVA.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Gunnersville is like the best lake in the country right now. But honestly, probably
better than Minnesota, though.
We have so many lakes, dude. We have so many lakes.
The only thing we lack is the size, but right now everybody's catching dirty 30s like it's going out of style on Mille Lacs.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one says college fishing in today's age doesn't add up. And then it says,
I actually very much agree with this take. I often wonder how the fuck this works.
Dude,
there's a lot of money that just doesn't track there.
To parlay into that, dude, like, as there's so many wicked college phenoms, dude, like my Snap story will like hit me with these memories from like, oh, today on October 8th, back in 2015. It comes up, dude, and we're like holding like 2-pound bass, like, and like me and like even some of the down south trips, like me and Connor will be on the TVA, dude. You know what I mean? We'll be on Kentucky Lake, like holding a 3-pounder, like, and now like kids that age are now competing at the top level of sport, and they're just like so good, like, yeah, it's crazy, like it's crazy, like it's.
I just think it's because when we were in it, dude, it was still the like Wild West of like
so raw.
People were just
most of the people. If you had a boat that had been manufactured within 5 years of the date of that tournament, you were like
the biggest nuts.
Yeah,
big balls.
You were the people that showed up and everyone was like, "Who's this asshole?"
Or they showed up and you're like, "I bet they suck."
I bet
they actually kind of low key suck. Oh, and these kids nowadays, dude, are they just like training? They're like Olympic athletes of the fishing. Are they just training?
Don't get me wrong. I love them. I think they're great and pushing the sport in a lot of ways. But I agree with this take on the money doesn't track. I don't get it. How do we just vanish from school for 10 weeks in a row, fish a tournament every week?
And it's not like the old days.
And they don't get paid the money they win.
Well, that was what I was gonna say. Back when we did it, you did. Like, I don't think that was legal or right.
And even if they win, right, the school gets $10,000. It's like, I've traveled the country and fished these tournaments. Each tournament's $3,000 to $4,000, travel expenses, gas, everything together. It just doesn't. None of this adds up. I do not understand.
And they're not greasing it like we were greasing it back in the day. Like Ryan knows
dude.
too. We were greasing
Sleeping under
like,
bridges and shit.
like we were
Like
greasing it. Like highest
Like
bill of the trip, gas.
dealing the homeless people in the cross beers to just leave us alone.
Oh. Like it is. Yeah, it's a different world. And then
Sobi,
also
unplug your mic and back in. It's rattling really bad.
Oh, sorry.
Rattling.
Okay, Pink, you got
no.
another one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's still making the noise. I don't know if it's hitting something on your sweatshirt or what, but
All right. Are we rolling? Are we good?
yeah, you're good now.
Check, mic check. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next hot take. It is a hot take.
For ice fishing, size of jig matters way more than color.
You can have that take. I think you probably don't catch a lot of fish though.
I would agree with you, but like then we'd both be wrong. You know, like it doesn't make sense.
Size of
aluminum boats are better than fiberglass boats. I think we've been over this. This guy just says mergansers taste good.
I've never ate them again.
This one, that's a question. We're skipping that for now.
I love the pizza.
This one says they should make an express lane at larger accesses that have 2 spots. I'm assuming that's like boat ramps, so people that know what they're doing can just get in and out and not have to wait.
Dude, honestly,
that is not a bad take.
Great hot take where you're like, if you're not as comfortable, you can get in kind of like the recreation line versus honestly a recreation line versus a fishing line.
Yeah, I don't even necessarily think it needs to be an express lane for fishermen and stuff. You use it more because that'll get bogged down by so many of us that use it. You more of need like a training wheels lane.
I say you do a fishing lane and recreation lane because like if people fish, they probably put their boat in and out a lot. But if Harry and Carrie are taking their pontoon off and it's fall time and they're like, this is the one time a year we take our pontoon off. It's like, hey, they're gonna need a minute.
But I will say I've seen plenty of recreation people who like are in and out quick. Like they do it a lot. So I don't know if that's necessarily the split, but I do like the idea. I think it's a good idea. Good take.
This one says Milliken got the shaft being cut from the Elite Series rookie year. Should be offset. Rookie year should offset bad one more. What? Drunk.
I like Ben and we're friends, but Ben should have just caught him better, and then he wouldn't have got cut. If anybody wants to make a gripe on a take of like guys who shouldn't get cut or be on the chopping block, it should be the Carl Jochimson thing, where Carl got cut and then made it back. And now that he's in the Elite Series, he's fending for his life every year for the next like 10 years to try to get his year-long average back down because his first 4 or 5 years in the Elites, he was so terrible that it drops him so bad. And they keep it's your historical average, so they keep that in there. So that would be the one. But I love Ben, but Ben didn't get shafted. He should have caught fish better.
All right, this one says people are just all professional bass fishing is dumb as fuck. A bunch of whiny babies that participated.
Good take.
It's probably a good take.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Yeah, I agree. As of right now, 3 years ago, I wouldn't have agreed with that, but right now, yeah.
All right, here you go. This one says full bush needs to go away. Your boy likes eating off fine china, not from under the couch.
That's for the lady listeners.
Oh man.
Oh fuck. Okay, that was
I love PTB Nation. That's all I'm saying to that.
PTB Nation.
I love PTB Nation.
All right, this one says most lure colors catch more fishermen than fish.
Yeah.
True.
Probably. This one says Pink is a better adventure outdoorsman and chef than municipal water employee.
Not a bad take.
Good take.
Good take.
All right.
Granted, I don't know how good Pink is at his job or not. He could be like 1% at his job. He just fucking hates it though.
Yeah, maybe he's like really good and we just never knew. He's
Yeah.
like Chan is like giving him awards every month and he's just like, nah, I don't need to talk about that on the pod.
All right. Let's do
Rising star. Like
all right, we'll get two more here. We'll round it out with one that you guys will hate and then one that I think is good. This one says, you can always see smallmouth bass with your eyes or live scope. Lame.
I'd say probably 70 to 75. 70 to 75% of the time, probably, yeah.
And this one just says perch tastes better than crappie. Period.
I'd probably be like, yeah,
perch are awesome.
Perch are legendary,
especially white perch gang.
White perch,
yeah, perch in general.
Perch,
great.
Yeah, perch in general. Like that's, I'd probably be like, yeah.
All right, you got any more?
No, I think those were all good.
Any good?
I think those were good takes.
I'm just checking.
I think those are very good takes.
Shit's bro.
Yeah, his Wi-Fi is spazzing out.
Good.
You talking to me?
No, Pink's is. No, he's back, kind of.
I was just checking, seeing what we got.
We'll transition to the next topic. I have one thing I'll get off my chest before we dive into the wedding thing, but it kind of goes with the whole bass fishing hate that was in those takes. I think that so for people that don't know, I think it happened like the day before my wedding, but I should really know his name, but I can't. Flint, the guy who got in the car or the boat wreck at the Smith Lake tournament.
Flint Davis.
Yes, Flint got charged with manslaughter and taken to.
Did you see the video, dude?
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna dive into. Is I am very disappointed in the bass fishing community and the fishing community in general that we've gotten to a point on social media where like people legitimately will post a video of people dying for and clicks and likes, repost it to your feed. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Okay,
like,
I get where you're going at, Bart. I get you're
100%.
Story. You're trying to say it's crazy how many people reported on the story.
Yeah, well, and reported or post, like, dude.
Yeah,
but like, why would you share that?
Why would you share that? It's people dying. It's their lives. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
dude, I saw that going around and I was like, how are people sharing this?
Yeah, like a picture there's a video out there of like,
dude, that's like
of somebody hitting you and Alyssa with a car, and I just see people posting this around there of like, oh, here's a video of like Bart and Alyssa getting ran over by a car. I'd probably press every button on Instagram or Facebook to be like, shut it down, shut this down. Like that'd be crazy. Like,
it's like I mean, it's an accident and stuff, but like it's roughly on the same page of like just being like, oh, here's someone getting shot in the head in New York.
Yeah. But like, there's so much of that getting posted, dude. Like,
yes, and but that's my thing with this video is like, okay, this is very sad. It was a very sad fishing accident that happened. It was an accident. And I mean, Flint was wrong, as you can see from, I mean, the police report that came out, everything that came out, like everything got handled. The fact that there are people out there that believe that they needed to post a video of people dying to get a point across, that is so morally wrong. Yeah. Like, I cannot emphasize enough how bad that is. Like, anybody I saw that posted that, I just blocked because I was like, I don't need that. And if you think that's okay, like, I don't need to associate with you. You obviously do not have you don't have a good moral compass, because
especially like
none of us,
like if you
sorry, Pink, someone had posted a
go ahead.
quote. Someone had posted a quote that I thought was very real. And because it was also after, for example, when the Charlie Kirk murder happened, that video got shared around everywhere too. And I'm glad I didn't watch it because it was very graphic and grotesque. Like, human beings were not made to be showed videos of other people dying just unannounced to you, like just scrolling through your daily life and you watch someone die, like
horrible,
horrible tragic death. Human beings were not designed to just have to deal with that on a regular day basis. Like, you should be more worried that there's people that are like, oh yeah, whatever, and do it, than like, you can feel something terrible about that. Like, there's a reason I didn't watch it. Like, I realize that is reality. That is real life. Someone's real life ended.
Yeah.
It's not like you're watching a movie or playing a game or whatever it is. That is real life. Someone died. And it just really, really, really irked me that there are, like, we've talked about whether it's, I mean, like, we've said our point on Randy, but like, there's other channels out there and such, especially in the bass fishing world. And this is why the bass fishing world is so toxic right now, is there are so many YouTube channels and stuff out there based on just getting clicks and clout and sharing stuff that they know will go viral. And when that video came out and all those channels started sharing it, that should be gross. It should be a tick to everybody who follows bass fishing, going, can't trust them, don't trust their content, do not agree with them morally, like, I'm done. And you should cast them off, because anyone who posted that, like, I mean, whatever, maybe you think it's okay, but I do not see how anybody thinks that video getting posted and shared around was anywhere near okay. I thought it was awful, and that's why I didn't watch it. Like, I saw it coming and I was like, nope, don't need to watch that.
But to your point, it's like, you shouldn't have to just view, like, there's probably people that want to see that and they want to seek that out or whatever. But when you're just like looking at stuff on your phone and all of a sudden, like, that's what you're watching, like, that's pretty shitty.
Well, yeah, and it's just like,
dude, that was like I'm downstairs, like, nervous for, like, I'm about to go to, like, my first look or, like, go out and marry my wife, right? And I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna scroll Instagram, click. People are reposting, like, a boating accident. Like, I didn't sign up for that. I'm trying to get married.
Not a boating accident. It's a death accident, dude. And
exactly.
It's like crazy. Like, I can't imagine, like, and even if you take it 50 steps back, like, imagine I had a video on my phone of right before Bart getting married, of just like him taking a shower and dancing naked. You know what I mean? That's be a vulgar video, something pretty wild, right? How wild is that? Is out of 10? Is that like a 3? That would be absolutely inappropriate if I posted that right before your wedding, or just posted it today, right? Like, Bart, you're just taking a shower and you're completely naked and you're dancing. That's a 3 out of 10. What about people dying? Would that be a 10?
Yeah.
Like, why is it okay that you can post? Why is it okay that you could post the 10, but you never post like a 3? Like,
I don't know. Am I like,
what?
Am I a bizarre person here for just saying, like, I would rather not watch someone die? Like,
no,
is
like,
that crazy?
That shouldn't be like, posted or shared. Or,
to your point, though, it's like there is a large amount of people that seem like desensitized to it, especially when you see like, because, dude, like, so
that's
many
like
people
an issue, dude.
That is an issue. Stuff, and like, it's bad, dude.
That is an issue, dude. Like, if you are desensitized to watching people die, like, you need to take a step back and be like, I need to get away from my phone. I need to go hang out with family, touch
like, if
grass.
you feel like that's like somehow content, that's messed up.
Yeah, like, that is so bad. And I really want to preach for people who fall, like, I mean, we've said this about Pass the Barb forever, and for people is like, we want to be an escape for people to have fun. If we can teach you a little something, maybe we will. If we can educate you on something that's going on, we'll do the best to be as educated as we can on it. And if we're not, we'll be honest with you. But the one thing we will never do is that, like, to chase clicks and clout and stuff like that, because that is the dirty, grimy, terrible part of this industry right now that truthfully is what is tearing, like, the tournament bass scene. Like, it's tearing it apart internally. It's just this unrest and these relentless people that do not have any moral compass or line that they won't cross. And just that video coming out is a proof of anybody who would post that or share that.
Yeah.
Like, I just really, really strongly suggest you probably shouldn't trust them or follow them, because that is very morally wrong.
And especially like in the space of the outdoors, which is like, it's straight up like beautiful leisure as far as fishing or hunting or anything out. Like, it's supposed to be fun. It's beautiful leisure. And on a total flip side, last night I went down the rabbit hole of like a completely different channel, and I had like completely different vibes of exactly what you're saying, Bart. It's like I've been subscribed to him for years, but I went down, and you saying this like brought me up. Like, if any of you are subscribed or have ever heard of Donnie Vincent, you know Donnie?
Oh yeah, Donnie. Yeah, that's like biggest leader in outdoor. Yeah,
he's just like an incredible creator, and just like his, like, I had watched some of his YouTube videos. He doesn't post regularly. He's not exactly like a content creator. He's not exactly just an influencer.
Right. They make like films.
They make like films, and I like watched some of his last night, and I'm like, it was even like a comeback to reality of like, dude, his passion is out to enjoy the hunting and fishing experience and the atmosphere, and try to capture nature with a lens and a camera, and just capture fantastic places or fantastic animals doing animal shit right in front of his face in the most beautiful way. And then on the total flip side, I like see that on my feed, and I'm like, there's like this gap here, and we need to, I don't know, we need to get back to the roots of just being like, dude, as far as hunting and fishing goes, or any outdoor recreation, like, that's the beauty of it, and that's where it needs to stay. It doesn't need to be, we can't fall into the route. Like, there's enough crazy shit online. Like, we can't be posting and sharing that stuff, just like what Adam was saying. Like, we can't.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that in the space, dude. Please don't.
Yeah, and like, just a challenge for, I mean, everybody who follows PTB or whatever. Like, I know I've been trying to do it on socials and stuff. Like, share stuff that makes you feel good, makes you laugh, makes you feel inspired. Like, share that stuff, because that's what social media is meant for. It's meant to, like, create
cool shit and post about it.
Yeah, do cool shit, post about it, create a bond with people, learn stuff about people. Like, that's when it first started. That's how we all became friends. How I met Rello.
That goes back to your wedding too.
Friendships. Yeah.
Is Steph was saying, this is such an eclectic group of people here. You had people there who are from all different walks of life, and your wedding group looks like so much different than any other wedding group I've ever been to. And I go, that's fishing right there, dude. Adam created a personal relationship with so many of these different, crazy, outrageous people, and they all come together on the same common ground as we're absolute fish bum fishing freaks, outdoor freaks, and they all came together to celebrate your big day. And it was so cool. Like, that's what it's about, is you're creating common bonds with people who enjoy some of the same things, and that's really cool. Like, and it doesn't need to be just fishing or whatever. If you create common bonds about Pokemon cards, whatever, doesn't matter. Like, you created a bond over something, and that's what social media was supposed to do, is kind of bring
even Buddy Jaron with what he does. Like,
yeah,
I see a Buddy Jaron video, I know I'm gonna laugh. Like,
yeah,
that's what I just wanted to touch on that before we dive into anything else, because we were going through the hot takes, and just my hot take was like, I do not want to be associated with anybody who thought posting that video or reporting on that accident was their responsibility or something they thought was right, because it's not. That's why there's professional news crews and there's police.
Yeah.
Like, and that didn't need to get shared around. Like it's
Well,
so
it's not like anybody in the
insensitive to their
fishing-
family.
Like,
dude,
nobody
could
in the
you?
fishing industry was helping that along. Like,
No.
it was already in the like, because it happened. That was like a couple months ago, right?
Yeah. Well, it
Like,
happened
when
in
it
I
actually
think April. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it was
not like
early
it
this
was.
Well, yeah, and that's why nobody heard anything about it forever, is because it was a major lawsuit thing that was going
And then it
on.
must have
But
been they must have made that like a public record or something, and then people just
yeah, well, he got I don't know exactly what happened, but I know he got arrested or whatever, and it must have became a public record or something. And I don't know who grabbed it or how it got posted. But like I said,
dude, you're right though. It just sucks when you're just like trying to like look at some shit on your phone, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, what's this? And you're like, oh, god damn it.
yeah, well, and
like-
it's and you know what it is, and it's yeah, that dude, just like before you share stuff like that or whatever, like, dude, the internet's a wild place too. Like, could you imagine if their family saw that and they purposely were trying to avoid that? Like, dude, watch their grandpa die. Like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need that. I don't want, like, if that were my grandpa or my dad or whatever, I don't want that to be my memory. And you need to, in this world, we all need to take a step back right now and realize, like, it's not just about you.
Yeah.
Like, you need to do your actions affect people. And that was a really big one that I saw that, and God, it made me really mad. Because
I'm glad you brought that up. Like, that's a good hot take that I forgot really happened, because that was all over the feed for like 3 days.
And I told Alyssa, I was like, I was so happy we were getting married because I didn't look at my phone for like 2 days. So I didn't really have to dodge it much except for a little bit. But God, I felt bad for people who did. Yeah. So anyways, I mean, super sad, obviously, for the families. Also, like, super sad for Flint, because I would imagine he's just like me, and he was just going out fishing a tournament and didn't pay attention. And like, I pay way more attention now ever since that accident. I can tell you that much. I'm always looking around my graphs, looking around and everything.
Like, terrible still. Like,
yeah, it's obviously terrible. And you feel terrible for him because, I mean,
it's just like a true accident. It's an accident. That's why they call them accidents. Like, nobody wanted that to happen. And that's why, like, you don't need to be like, oh, here's a traumatic accident. Let's just share this to my story, or let me make a whole YouTube video on this. Like, that's wild. People are wild.
Yeah. So if there are people out there that made videos on that, because I mean, it's obviously going to get a ton of clicks. They're going to get payment from the algorithms and Facebook, YouTube, everything on it.
It's gross.
They're literally posting someone's death to get a paycheck. Like, dude, that is so beyond fucked up. Yeah. Like, just please don't support those people. Like, that our fishing community does not need those people. So yeah. Anyways, let's move on to more fun things and joke around.
Let's talk about some positive shit.
Yeah,
I like that. But I am glad you brought that up, Adam.
Yeah. All right.
Are we diving into wedding now for everybody?
Wedding. Bring this back up. All right.
So I don't know. How do you guys want to die? I mean, obviously.
Let's okay. So let's see. I think
I would like to hear about it from your guys' point of view and mine, because I feel like mine obviously is very different, but also it's very tunnel vision because it goes so fast. Like,
that's fair.
I'm so involved with everything going on. You guys have more chill time to hang out and like see other things, you know? Like, I probably missed a lot of randomness that I would like to hear.
Dude. Yeah. But all right, so let's just fire it up. So we had there was a rehearsal dinner on Thursday, and I feel like that was pretty like chill overall. Yeah. But like
phenomenal food, by the way, too. Rehearsal dinner, like dang.
Rehearsal dinner was good, real good.
Like, that was wicked good food.
Let's see, it was because there was still a pretty good squad there that night, but this was the rehearsal was whatever, right? But I would say this was the unveiling of this slushy machine, right?
Oh yeah.
And so I think we start. This was like, what was that, like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night or whatever?
It was like 6 when we came in for dinner. We did the rehearsal. That went fast. Like,
I know, because on the last pod we talked about this slushy,
the Baja Bass.
There was hype around this.
Yeah.
And the rehearsal dinner was like them trying to dial in this formula on this thing,
which was cool. We were like the test subjects, and I was about it. The drink was free. It was on the house, and it was delicious. And I was like, "Oh, I'm here for it." They're like, "Is it too strong?" I'm like, "Oh no, mix up a new batch. I'll let you know."
yeah,
run it back. So that was no, I thought that was great, and I didn't go out to wherever that was after that. I don't know. I think Sobi did.
Oh yeah, Sobi met up with us. I would also say
no. Before that,
I was gonna say the other low key part about the rehearsal dinner that I think Sobi participated in very heavily was my sister made a bingo game that we went through and just put like find someone named Ben or like little game like that, just so that wedding party doesn't really know each other. You guys don't know Alyssa's
played high school hockey. This person traveled
to
7 different countries. This person he had a bingo card for everybody, and it's a way to intermingle the families, intermingle the friends, intermingle the party groups. And it was a really good idea. Like I love that bingo card.
So your sister made that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, so like, because it seemed like there was like some of them were like targeted.
Oh yeah, some of them were targeted.
And
like meet Jeff, like that's Alyssa's dad. Like there was only one Jeff there.
I love that though. Like I love that. You got to have those funny ones. Like
Jeff. And we were having some drinks, right? So at like the table I'm sitting at, like at some point we kind of get to be like, yo, like there's the same amount of boxes as like there is people. Like each one is specifically about somebody. Like, so everyone was trying to figure out like which box was theirs, which is like probably not a thing, but like we thought it was a thing. And so everyone's like, I think this one like is like about me, right? So then people would come up and like to have you like, cause you had to like sign your name on it. And like Krug's sitting there and he's like, yeah, I'll just sign it. Like they didn't even ask him. He's like, yeah, that's me. and like, so it was funny because like people would come up and they'd be like, oh, are you this one? And for whatever reason, dude, I was called out. Like there was a box on there about like, there was one that was like, you're wearing something blue. That is the only goddamn one anyone asked me to sign.
Like you're the only one there wearing blue?
No. There's a lot of people there wearing blue.
People.
How many times did you sign that?
Like at least 10 times.
That's funny. The best one.
And like there were some low key ones because like when we made it, we did them for the most part if people fell into multiple boxes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even single. So like for example, played a sport with me growing up. Everybody just went to Jake. People didn't know that's how Sobi and I met.
Yeah.
Sobi and I met playing baseball,
when
not
we were like
fishing.
12.
Yeah. Probably younger. We were little.
Yeah. But like so that's why there were so many cool different boxes. I will say after like 5, 6, 7, 8 Baja Blasts, I read the top of the sheet and it said, fill out a bingo, win a free drink. And I was like, no. There's people that are good and there's people that are great. And I'm a goddamn champion. I'm going for a blackout. And I scoured that room and I went to all of Alyssa's relatives and the Bartushik side of, great grandparents or whatever. And I'm chatting it up with everybody. I'm like, I'm about to hit every box here. I will get the scoop. And I didn't come off as aggressive. I was like, what are you on this? I did the game legit. And I got the blackout, and I don't even think I turned it in for a free drink. It was more of.
I don't think anybody ever. I think 2 people turned in bingos, but it was great. Yeah. They were all free, but it was fun.
It was good. It was really good. I was like, I got the blackout. It was cool. It was cool.
It was sick. Yeah.
as far as a rehearsal dinner, like that was a good idea for it.
It was
Yeah.
solid. It was solid.
So then
me, Sobi, Waldo and Griff, and my brothers, and then some of my family was there for a bit. But we went to Clive's, and we just, I don't know, BS. It was like the longest I think all of us have chatted and had beers in a long time, probably since like, I don't know, like actually without a bunch of other people around. So it was a lot of fun.
it was cool. Yeah. And then Alyssa and like her pals from college and stuff who she hasn't seen in a long time, they got to chill and like be in hotel rooms as like all the gals on the wedding side. So like on the bridal side, like they were chilling. That was sweet. And then,
oh yeah, Pink, you didn't even hear this, but we also had to deal with that night. Sobi would remember this. We got to the hotel to check in, and me and Alyssa go up to our room. We go in, and I'm like, obviously you go to the AC unit to like plug it in, especially because it's supposed to be 90 the next 2 days. I'm like, I want it cold in here, so like it is not hot at all.
bring it down.
And I go mess with it, and it like doesn't work. So then we luckily went and checked into our room before we went to the rehearsal. So I went down to the front and I was like, hey, there's something going on, whatever. So then when we were coming back, or right before we had left to go, they were like, hey, there's like an issue. You're going to get moved rooms. So when we got back, we ended up getting moved to like the big suite, basically in the hotel.
It was sick.
Nice.
So that was super sick. I mean, number one, because then Alyssa she hung out with her friends that were there they went to school together when they were becoming eye doctors. So her first time seeing all of them in one place. So they just chilled there. But then like after Sobi and I moved my luggage, I did say to him, I was like, it would be a really good PR move if, say, you knew you had a big wedding block that was filled and you had this suite that was open, and you're like, we're going to make sure the bride and groom who it's under's room doesn't have AC or something, and then we magically upgrade them, because then everybody's happy and like, oh, cool,
It would be
so
a good
nice,
PR
great
move.
hotel. And we're
really
like, I don't know if that happened, but if you're a hotel manager listening, it's a good PR
Write that
move.
down.
We were very happy.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write that down.
Write
Like,
that
was
down.
a good move.
You're gonna win. You can't lose on that move. Be like,
Well,
oh
you're not-
dang, like
It's not going to
your
be booked
AC's
those
out.
nights
I would
anyways.
love to just make things right and just put you in the top suite.
Yeah.
And bride and groom, and they're like, "Oh, are you serious?" And you're like, "Yeah, dude, no problem.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
This is what Homewood Suites is all about." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like,
But then
5-star review.
I will say we were all making fun of you though, because when you were late to the thing, and then there was some text about like we have a room issue, and we're like, oh, here we go. Like,
yeah, and we literally did. We didn't have any AC.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so after Clive's, we shut down Clive's, and then Daniel, my brother, my best man, real MVP, we're all like, we still want to have a couple beers. So then Daniel had a 12-pack in Northeast, and we ended up finishing that. And then we finally went to bed.
I have to say this too. In the night of the rehearsal dinner, maybe this isn't as funny to everybody, but I have to bring it up because I know Ryan and Bart will love this. Favorite part about the bingo game, dude, is we're sitting at that table, and Waldo's like, yo, give me your sheet. To me, he's like, I played high school hockey, and he writes his name down, and Griff looks at him. You play hockey? And Waldo's like, yeah. And he's like, nuh-uh. And it's like, dude, yeah. He's like, no.
He was like,
yes.
So.
He's like Griff and Waldo, like they're, for anybody listening, they are the two, the second half of the quad that makes up the Crappie Chronicles. These guys are lifetime fishing partners. They know each other better than, some fathers and sons know each other. And he looked at him like, you can't skate. And Matt's like, dude, I played high school hockey. And he's like, no, you didn't.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. And he's like, no, I did. And Waldo's like pissed now. He's like, no, I did. And he's like,
I would have went pro if it wasn't for my knee.
Yeah, it was really funny at the table, dude. I'm like, Pete and Ryan are looking at each other, just laughing. Waldo's like, dude, I played. And Griff's like, no, you didn't. Oh, that was funny.
And then I'm sure Griff eventually knew he did, but he was like, I'm just gonna keep.
He probably
hoping.
I don't know, dude. Based on the amount of slushies he had working, I don't know.
So then we get to wedding day.
Oh wait, hold on. I got this. I like this part too because I had leading up to it because Sam was like, you were like Steph wasn't with you on Thursday.
Yeah.
On the
I forgot about this.
Yeah.
So
I had no
hotel
supervision.
conundrum.
Yeah. So I'm like, so leading up to it because like you had like a block at whatever place and like I tried to book there and it was full or whatever. So I was like, oh, whatever. I'll just find whatever's close and cheap or whatever, you know. So I found like really close to the venue and I'm like, okay, I booked this like months ago. And then Sam's telling me like, oh, dude, like I think I'm just gonna like I'll just get like a hotel or something. And I was like, oh, dude, I'll send you the one that like I'm at. Like you can just, he's like, sweet, yeah, nice. Okay, so I sent it to him. And then
you sent me this because A, it'd be fun to like, you know, stay in the same hotel vicinity, and B, like, you know what I mean? It's a good room for a really great price. He's stepping up, being a boy. Like I got the information to a room that's open financially, right in your wheelhouse. Like
perfect.
We're always balling on budget, dude. PTB like ain't made it yet.
So it's like perfect, right? Okay, sweet. So then we get to the thing, and I'm like, oh, you stayed at the same one? Like we're probably just gonna like drive back. Oh no, dude. Like I don't think it's the same one. And I'm like, well, what's the name of it? And he's like, because like what the wedding was in like Ham Lake or whatever.
The wedding's in Ham Lake, yeah.
He's like, yeah, dude, it's just right here. It's like in like Brooklyn Park or whatever. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah,
like, that is not by Ham Lake.
And I was like, is Brooklyn Park by Ham Lake? You're like, I mean, like, no. And I'm like, what?
and you were by yourself too. It's not like you had like Stephanie or whatever.
No, it's not like I was trying to ball out and have fun at a hotel room and be like, yo, I want to treat my girl to a nice place so I can get all buttered up solo at the freaking groomsmen dinner and then take a 35-minute Uber back to my place in Brooklyn. No, that was not part of the plan.
You were like, this place is like super nice too. And like,
yeah, it's like, it was nice. And they charged for it too. And I was like, sick, dude. Glad I'm going to be here for about 4 hours so I can shit, shower, shave, and get like a drunken night's sleep to pay out of my, oh no, I was so mad.
Because then you were like, that's why you guys went to the other bar and me and Nicole were like, we're out of here, dude. Like, let's just go. Like,
yeah, you guys are probably chilling. That's good. Oh, that was funny though. That was like, let's try to be a good guy.
You did get some good Uber drivers on that rip though.
I did, dude. Oh my gosh. I won't go into like, I could go into a whole pot about this. Uber driver number one. Boom. This is like a thing. This is a thing, and it's been a thing since I've been, for sure, the last 10 years. If I get an Uber driver, if I order the Uber, they are an eccentric person. They've lived a crazy life. They've got a wicked story. And maybe everybody has a wicked story. I'm sure everyone does. And maybe I just ask. But like, boom. Uber driver number one on the way to the groomsmen dinner. I'm talking to this gal, and she's like from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, but she didn't live here for 13 years, lived in LA for 13 years. And like, you know, kind of being coy about her past. And I'm like, I'm about to dig in. And I dig in, and she like reveals that she was this A-list nanny for all these A-list celebrities out in LA. And she made a ton of money, lucrative business. She got to see, like, I'm talking private jets, yachts. She has pension. She has 401k that matches, like, crazy, dude. She goes into this crazy, like, yeah, she had a crazy story. And then, what did the other guy have? What was the other guy all about?
The guy, he was from like Nigeria or something.
He was from Nigeria. His wife was from England. His wife and him have been in a long distance marriage relationship for 8 years. She wants to move to the United States, would only move to Houston because there was no bushes or grass there in the area she wants to live in. That's what she liked. And he's like, I'm just trying to navigate this to get my wife here and like just find a place that she feels comfortable living. She's like, she saw Minnesota and she's like, disgusting. And I was like, these are incredible Uber stories, dude. I'm like, yes.
And I'm hearing this at 9 a.m. over some screw ups at the bar in the at the golf course. And I'm like, what?
When you hey, maybe it's a unhot take or a hot take. Always get a hotel room that's like a 40-minute drive away from wherever you need to go. And you can really get to learn about a person that way. You know what I mean? Over a 10-minute drive, you really can't dig in and become pals. But over 40 minutes, you walk away with a hell of a story.
And you basically have Uber bills that total a hotel room.
Oh, for sure. No, I didn't. That's we're not even talk about that. Perfect. That was just like, I just help you, dude. I ate it, dude. I just ate it all. I'm like, whatever. Eat. When you either win or you lose. In this situation, I knew I had lost once I got to Brooklyn Park, and I'm like, that's okay. It's okay.
Did you just text Steph and you're like, this is not good?
No, I was like, it's a beautiful hotel. It's beautiful. Just like not really. It's not right next to the venue, let's say. Oh, are we going to Uber? Yeah, for sure.
Definitely Ubering. Yeah.
I hope they're out and about and they want to bring us this far that late when we're done. Oh, but the Uber drivers were crazy, dude. If you could be, that's a career choice they probably don't talk about in high schools nowadays. Is like nannying is very lucrative. You can make a ton of money, but if you were to nanny in LA, you probably ball out, dude. Like,
yeah.
This lady was telling me, and I was like, wow.
Unreal.
But yeah, so we rolled to the golf course the next morning. I was not hungover after that at all, even though I got into those things pretty good. But like, dude, so we were there like way before we needed to be there for anything.
Yeah.
And so
me, Waldo, Griff went and got breakfast and then picked up all the desserts, then showed up.
Yeah, so we just showed up at the thing, and then we were just sitting at the bar having some drinks. And then we made friends with the bartender in the golf course.
Oh yeah, we were chatting her up big time. Yeah. We're like, give us your worst bartending golf story, golf course stories. Like she was getting into it and telling us some juicy stories. Do you remember some of them?
Well, because I think she was telling us about like when they were like kicking people out and stuff, and like all these drunk, like whatever. It was just like drunk people. This stuff. And then I think she was talking about, because we were talking about the wedding, and she's like, "Do we like crash this wedding in California or some shit or whatever?" I don't remember what the whole thing was. And then and we're like, sweet. And then so you guys started hitting pull tabs at like.
No, before the pull tabs, I asked her, I was like, we kind of have a bit of a wild bunch here tonight.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any wild wedding stories, from this venue that you worked at? And she's like, oh, absolutely. One time there was a dry wedding here. Actually, a couple times there was a dry wedding here. That means no alcohol, anything. A lot of the family members snuck over here, and we're like secretly drinking all night. Whatever. That's not the
most tequila they ever sold in one night was during this dry wedding.
Yeah.
Just tequila shots.
But this family
just get shots.
This family was really particular, like whether it be the small little tables you stand at and drink at, or the chairs. They were like, no, we'll bring our own chairs. We'll bring our own tables. They're like, that's okay. If you just want to rent the building.
This was two separate things. This was the dry wedding. And then you brought up your Uber thing. And then she goes, we had a Nigerian wedding here.
Oh yeah,
that's what it was. Because you were telling her about the driver, and then she goes, "We actually had a Nigerian wedding here." And she's like, "Have you ever been to a Nigerian wedding?" We all looked at each other like, "Do we look like people that have been to a Nigerian wedding?"
So she goes, "They were very specific. Yeah. They brought their own tables, their own chairs, and of course, they pull up into our lot like the day before the wedding, with a giant U-Haul trailer to fit 300 to 500 plus people here." And they hit the side of our building, dude, and took out one of their retaining walls. Like they went underneath the overhang, and poof, the trailer smokes their side out there, like their wooden wall. She was like, I was on duty, and she's like, oh no. And she was just clocking out. She like goes to somebody else. She's like, hey, somebody just hit our building. What? Yeah, with like a car. What? Yeah, I'm like clocking out. You want to like write that up?
This is a you problem.
So that was electric. As we're drinking
Yeah,
screw ups,
that was
like before Bart's wedding, she's given us some awesome wedding stories.
Yeah,
And
it
then
was
we-
good.
then we
And
hit the
then
pull
the last got into pull tabs, but then the last like so there's where your wedding is. It's beautiful. It's outside of this golf course. There is a sizable pond directly behind where this is. And so of course we're all scheming because I got the boat. We're like, dude, we probably pull some frog rods out and like go down there. Like who's gonna so we started asking her, we're like, what do you know about this pond? You know, right over here. So we're getting some like intel, like, is there fish in this? You ever heard of anybody fishing? Like all this stuff. And then she's like, I actually love bass fishing.
She's like, I love bass fishing. And
Oh,
we're like,
yeah.
oh shit, she fishes that pond and they're in it.
And then I think we all got too buttered up to actually go fishing later. So.
That's honestly like, yeah, if somebody was like, yo, you have any regrets from Bart's wedding? I'd be like, that we didn't take 20 minutes to just go throw a frog in there at night or at sunset just to see if, like, imagine us in our suits just holding up a bass with Bart's wedding venue in the background, like
just a blow up, dude, in that moment would have just been electric.
I would say so. When all that was going on, my only regret from my day is Alyssa brought these little, we wrote our own vows, and she brought this little paper book and was like, hey, you need to write your stuff in it. And I was like, okay. And as people know, I don't tell short stories. So I had it all typed out in my phone. And then she gave me this book and was like, you need to write in it. So we got there. And I was like, all right, I need to go start writing this. And I proceeded to be downstairs for the next hour and a half.
Oh, shit.
Writing. That's why I wasn't up there doing pull tabs. I was sitting in there by myself writing. And then, like, every once in a while, a groomsman or someone would come down and be like, yo, you want a beer? You want to do this? And I'm like, don't bug me.
Busy.
I am busy writing right now. And I have, like, it is enormously important that I get this one task done. So I'm sitting there writing, and all I'm like is like, I wish I was having drinks and playing pull tabs upstairs right now. Well, but I mean, it was fine.
We're upstairs at Bart's dad. We're like 4 deep, and he finally comes over. We're like, hey, we've like been here. And you're like, I know, I've heard you.
But I will say, we did not bug you. We took full advantage of staying in the bar the entire time till we were asked.
Yes, you did. You guys did great. And that's also like they were asking us if we wanted any beers downstairs or like buckets for planning. I'm like, no, they'll all find the bar within like 10 minutes. So there's no point in bringing them downstairs.
And then your dad shows up, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, and so we get him on the screw ups too, like right away.
He's like, I don't know what I should have. And we're like, oh, dude, screw ups.
And he's like, yep. And then he starts buying these like containers of these pretzels, dude.
Ooh, they were
incredible, dude. We were just I don't even know what was on these things. But he's like, yeah, these are the deal. And I was like, okay. He was right, dude.
He was right. They were good.
Dude.
Then we start hitting the pull tabs. And Ryan and I had this idea. Well, even might have been the bartender gave us
the bartender's idea.
Yeah. She's like, dude, because obviously, if you guys weren't for sure, Ryan and I, we were not elected to be the best men or to stand in the wedding. Adam's like, that is too high of a priority. I'm not going to mess. You guys are not going to mess up my day. You guys can throw the flowers beforehand and then get the hell in the back. And we're like, we're born to do this. We can do this.
I've been waiting for this moment.
So she's like, you guys should throw pull tab tickets out. And I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of cool.
And we were like, we could just buy the box out.
Right. We thought about it. There was a split decision where we almost did it.
But then she was like, it was her idea. It was a great idea. We're contemplating this. And then she's like, but like, if you pull winners, you have to cash them in tonight. Like if you forget or like somebody pulls one and doesn't turn it in, like you can't do it later. And we're like, oh my God. Could you?
That would be a nightmare.
So we're in a quandary.
Right.
And yeah.
But yeah. So anyways.
After expensive hotels and 40-minute Uber rides, we're like, you know, we'll go with our original plan.
Yeah, we talk yourself down. Plus, dude, you guys were not hot.
No, we weren't hot.
At least in the morning.
No, we had burned some dough. We were staying alive. Waldo and I were staying alive in pull tabs a little bit. We hit some $50 playbacks, spun them in the box, and we kept staying alive a little bit. And Bart's brother, Ben, financial advisor, he was watching us the whole time. And I was just like, Ben is just probably low-key judging us, right? He will never be clients of mine, ever.
And Sobi's over here like, yo, you want to hit the bananas again?
Yeah. Again. It was a good time though. And then we got to the staging.
And it was pictures.
Well, and then we had to get ready. So that's when you guys probably first ran into me. Do you remember me being slightly in a meltdown? Or were you guys
I just remember not having a shirt, dude.
There was a problem in the urinal, and here's some yelling.
This is what happens. So I'm writing these vows down, and one of Alyssa's maid of honors, Nicole, who awesome, came in, was like, hey, I will like steam your shirt or whatever, do your thing so it's ready. I'm like, okay, yeah. I set it on the far left on the rack. I had purposely put it there. Now I'm writing, like not paying attention. So she just grabs it and goes, does the whole thing. So then when I finished writing, we had like 45 minutes about till we had to get ready, 45 minutes, an hour. So I came upstairs, had some drinks with you guys, hung out. And then eventually I'm like, okay, I need to at least get ready because I have to do first look. They'll be down in 15 to 20 minutes. This shouldn't take long. Well, I get down there. And for people that don't know, I had 3 different dreams leading up to my wedding about my wedding. All the dreams included me forgetting my suit, losing my jacket, or losing my shirt. Don't know why.
Those are horrible dreams.
All 3 had to deal with that. And like, I don't like remember dreams much anymore at this age, but these were 3 very vivid dreams.
Nightmares, dude.
Yeah. So like when me and Alyssa had left on Thursday, Wednesday night, I had gone to my suit, tried my suit on, put it on, made sure everything was there, put it in that bag, set it somewhere. Next morning when we go load up, I pull the suit out again, look at the suit and jacket, like you guys know me, so meticulous. Literally walk the suit to the truck, set it in there. I'm like, that is my suit. That is my shirt. That is my shoes. There is nothing missing.
Chill.
So then after all this, we go downstairs to get dressed, and I'm like, okay, my suit's on the far left. And I get over to it, and they had got like a little hanger that said groom on it. And I'm like, okay, that's my shirt. I'm the groom, so that's my shirt.
I can do math.
And I go to grab it, and you guys remember from going to J-Long's, you could get the standard shirt or the upgraded shirt. And I got the upgraded shirt. And this is where it immediately, all of a sudden, I was like, what's going on? Because there was a standard shirt on this hook. And I'm like, this is not my shirt. Where is my shirt? And immediately, all of a sudden, it's like, this stuff is starting to trigger I literally went through this whole process. I set it there. I made sure it was there. Like, and now I'm like, where'd my shirt go? So now for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going around, and it's not Alyssa having a bridezilla moment. It's me being like, who took my fucking shirt? Because I'm like, I know I brought it down here. This is not, I did not do anything wrong. Who is fucking with me right now? And this is not the time. I have to be out there. Like, Alyssa's dad's walking out to go do first look. I'm 15 minutes later.
The crazy thing is too, is like when this was happening, I could like hear some of this. And I was like, dude, I actually don't think anybody's effing with them, but I know this whole, groom's party, and we're a bunch of just greasy boys, greasy fishermen. Like, we're just a bunch of degenerates that like somebody just grabbed your shirt, and they're going to have no idea that they have yours on. They're just gonna be like, oh, what? Like I'm like, somebody's got it on, and they're not like doing it out of malicious, like, somebody just grabbed it.
So I'm trying to figure out where it's going on.
Also, no one was helping. Like, we were all just sitting there, like hearing this, and you're just like, there's like pacing going around. People are doing stuff, and we're all just like.
But also, there's only 2. Yeah. Do you want to drink? I'm like, no, not right now.
Are you drinking beers or what you want?
And there's also only 2 people dressed at this point, and it's it's Alyssa's brother and her dad. And I'm looking at them. I'm like, do you guys have my shirt? Are you the one fucking with me? I'm like, come on, Jeff. But then people are like, we're going to start getting dressed. And I'm like, nobody grab anything because we have to figure out where this shirt is. And if everyone starts putting shirts on, like some of us are close to the same size, it's going to get mixed up. So I'm trying to track it. And I finally am like, you know what? Screw it. I'll at least I'll put my suit pants on, grab the jacket, like I'll get other stuff on and we'll find this shirt. So I grab my suit that is on the groom's thing, walk into the bathroom. Waldo's starting to get dressed in there. I go to put the pants on and I get them halfway up and it is like, we're talking old Spock ice bibs, like up to the knees, the bottom. And Waldo just looks at me. He's like, that's not your suit. I'm like, this is not my suit. Like, so now I'm like, where the fuck is my suit? And also in my head, I'm just freaking out, not processing. Like, my suit is navy blue. The one I had is a dark gray.
Maybe the right color.
It wasn't even the right color. So I look at him like, this isn't my suit. And at this time, my sister...
He's just pointing at all the boys. Which one of you did it? Which one of you did it? And we're like, dude, you don't even wear that color for today.
Yeah. And thank God my sister had come in to try to help figure everything out at that point. And she goes, who's got the navy blue suit, and puts it off. And I don't know who had moved it or if what had happened, but it got moved to the middle of it. And Nicole had grabbed Griff's suit because he had set his on the far left where mine had been.
Griff is
and
like,
she
I'm
just
good.
Yeah, she got it all ready to be the groom suit. And Griff was like, and that is also, so Julia had found my suit and been like, whose blue suit? I'm like, well, that's mine. And simultaneously Griff had gone, where's my suit? And it like all connected so quickly. And I was like, okay, we're good. So I found my suit and I'm like, okay, someone can grab me a drink now. We're good. We're done freaking out. But then we're all getting dressed. And the other part that made me laugh the hardest was we're all getting dressed, looking good. We're like, yeah, we're excited. This is fun. And I'm like 2 minutes away from having to get out there. And suddenly all of us have the same recognition of, oh, fuck, none of us remember how to tie a tie at all.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was on, dude.
Yeah,
okay,
you were on.
Pink was on, but I'm looking at like
one other dude. I think
I'm looking at like Sobi. I'm looking at Bolstad, my brother Daniel, Ben. I'm like, who? And then Bolstad's like, I got it. So then he just starts tying my tie, and yeah, we end up getting it figured out. And I make it out to go do first look. I was late, which thank God for Alyssa dealing with that. I got out there and afterwards I told her the conundrum and she just laughed really hard because she knew about my dreams leading up to it. So it was funny that those had come true. But yeah, I luckily for my first look, it had gotten cloudy for 15 minutes for our photos. That's so cool. It was nice. But then I came back in and got you guys and we were getting ready to go do pictures. And I was like, this is going to suck. And it did. Because the heat. It was so hot.
So while you were doing your first look pictures, Ryan, I want you to tell the viewers, and this is why they need to follow us on social medias. Because tell them about the post that you crafted up, dude. And at the same time, I went on to Spotify's wedding playlist, like top 100, and started playing it. And Bart's dad went from just sitting in the corner like this to like we got the vibes up, and then Ryan started taking pictures. Then tell him.
Well, so we put up we put up a sponsored Quick Trip ad post or whatever.
I did see that
on PTB, and it was good. And like we were taking some real good pictures. I know me and Sobi got some really good like flower guys pictures that I think we posted on the story or whatever too. But yeah, I think we did like we said like it was whatever. I don't know if it was presented by Quick Trip or whatever. It got some good traction. It was great. Your dad loved it. Because we went back up to the bar after, like we did pictures or whatever, and then we all went back up to the bar.
We all came in and all simultaneously took off our jackets.
Well, that too. But even your mom, your dad was like, Did you see this thing they posted? And your mom's like, yeah, I already saw it. And then she was all like, what? This is sponsored by Quick Trip? Like, dude, it was so funny. It was so funny. And so we just hung out in the thing, but then we were, dude, I was sweating, dude. I'm talking like pouring sweat just from the pictures. Like, it was crazy. And I don't know, we did like a bunch of them, but like when we were doing the pictures, I think it was like there was one spot that was kind of like in the shade of like a tree, and like everyone was like trying to kind of be in that. And then you had to kind of go like out in the sun, like wait. And like me and Sam kept getting kicked in and out of these pictures because they're like, oh, we need like the wedding party. Oh, but like not you guys. And we're like, okay,
Yeah.
sure, okay. And then they're like, no, we need you guys. Okay, we'll go over here. Oh, we don't need you for this one. Go, you go. Like,
Yeah.
like, okay, like I don't even know we're really in this. And so, dude, it was so hot that day, like just insane. Dude, not for a suit too. It was just brutal.
Well, and the plan, obviously, with October wedding was like, okay, it'll be like 60, maybe low 70s, not 92.
Yeah, dude. And then me and I hope he comes back here in this part. So I don't know, the like what is like the wedding planner lady that was there.
Yeah, day of coordinator.
Yeah. So of course we're like in the back, just kind of like you guys are doing your thing, and of course we're just in the back, just like talking shit. And so she is chilling there, and me and Sam start like chatting her up or whatever, and we're kind of just like, I don't even know what the conversation was, but we see this tattoo she's got. And we're like, oh, dude, we gotta like strike up a conversation. We're trying to like get on her good side because we're like, we're about to do some real dumb shit, and like, I don't want her to be mad at us.
We need somebody on our side.
Because like, dude, sometimes those like wedding or day of coordinator people are like real particular people, right?
Yeah.
Which they probably should be. But like, I've been to some other ones where they were not that nice. So we were like, we got to get her on our team. So we're walking back inside, and she's got this tattoo on the back of her arm. And and we didn't know her name or anything. So she has this tattoo. It's like it's like 3 4s in a row. So we started calling her Trip 4s. And so we asked her on the way back, and do you remember what she said it was? We're like, yo, what's the Trip 4s about? And she like kind of just stopped walking, and she turned around. And she's like, what? And we're like, yeah, like you got that Trip 4s tat. Like, what's that about? And then she was like, oh my God. Oh, like I think she thought we were asking like so weird, like something. I don't know. And then what did she say it stood for, dude? I don't even remember.
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
It was, I don't know. Something her and her friend. It doesn't matter. But anyways, so we're like, she told us, and it was like kind of lame. And we're like, oh yeah, that's sick. And then she like walked away, and we're like, But then
we were building rapport.
We were building rapport, and so like that. Then we just referred to her as Trip 4s for the rest of the wedding. But
so then, then we got back inside after all the photos and everything. Everything's chill and honest. I mean, so for people who have gotten married, they'll know what I mean by this. When you do your like first look and everything, once that's done, there is so much stress relief for like a large amount of time until you're gonna go walk down the aisle, obviously. But like those 2 or 3 hours after that, where we're just hanging out, drinking, whatever, it was like, okay, like it's all chilled now. Whole wedding party's hanging out, and you guys are buying more pull tabs. Now it's the afternoon session of pull tabs.
We were doing a decent amount of drinking.
And doing a decent amount of drinking. And so we go upstairs, do all that. Then people start showing up, and we're like, hey, we got to get downstairs. Like, people aren't supposed to see us, and this bar is literally the entrance to the venue. So we all go downstairs then, and we're getting ready. And so for people that don't know, and we'll post some pictures on the PTB socials, and whenever I get the video back from DeMarkey, we'll get more too of this that they'll explain later. But their responsibility was flower guys.
Yeah.
Because like I had my groomsmen party and everything, and everybody that was a part of it being like, it's hard to pick different roles for people, but I was mainly like, I'm going to put people where they're going to succeed, no matter like whether they're standing with me or like having fun or whatever. And I was like, Sobi and Pink are going to be flower guys, and they're going to crush it. And the whole time leading up, like basically the only communication we had about it was, what song would you like to go down the aisle? And we gave you like 4 options, and then you hit us back. And that was basically it. So then we go downstairs, and we're getting ready, like lined up and stuff. and Sobi and Pink vanish, and
We're scheming.
our
We are
day
gone.
our day of coordinators like, all right, everybody's lined up, and where are they? And I was like, they're gonna be here. I have no idea what they're doing, but they're like scheming right now, and they won't miss it. But like
you
they're
probably have that in your head where you're
like,
like, I don't know where they are, but they're probably not going to miss it. I think.
yeah, they're good.
I
They're
think
good.
they'll be here. I think they'll be here.
They're good. And then I had to go grab them, and I ran into you guys, and I saw what you were doing, and I was like, I will be just as surprised on the altar. It's fine.
We're like, no,
Do your
get out.
thing.
We're like a bride that you haven't
Yeah.
seen. We're like, Adam, get out of here. Don't look at us.
Yeah.
We're doing things.
We go line up, and then basically the last I saw, because then I had to go outside and go walk grandparents down. So then I leave, and you guys keep chilling there for a while. So I don't know about anything really after that, other than I go walk my grandparents down, and then I'm standing out there waiting for you guys to come meet me in the shade.
Well, okay, so like we had this whole plan, and we were just like, we didn't want to like blow the surprise because we're like, we think this will really hit.
And we
If
didn't tell
nobody
anybody
knows.
in the groom's party. We didn't tell
Yeah.
Waldo.
No,
we
you didn't tell anybody.
we
You
didn't
hadn't
tell
told
anybody.
me either.
So we wanted it to be like fresh, like everyone was getting first eyes on this and being like, "Yup." So you guys had hit us up with some like little like baskets, like little like I don't know.
That were loaded with flowers. Yeah.
Yeah, we
they were
gave
like-
you the flower. We basically gave you the flowers and the flower guy baskets.
Yeah, so we had that, and of course we're scrambling because we're like, oh shit, like we don't want to like be late, we got to get out there, whatever. So we got all these, and we start trying to like walk with these, but there's just shit blowing everywhere. There's flower shit flying all over this room we're in. And we're like, fuck. So we're like, we get into this little like dark room. So we got these what are they even called, Sam? We got
Where'd you get them?
Ryan and I offline ordered these absolute, looked like military-esque vests that each held 12 beers a piece. We had these vests, like beer vests, dude, and they were sick.
Yeah.
But I got to say this. So Ryan and I are like scheming on how we're going to walk down, what we're going to do. We've got our towels, we got our beers, our vests. We got to put these on before anybody can see us.
We're like, okay, at this point in like the walk down, the song, like it's got to be perfect.
Yes. And the one thing that was funny is I had like snuck in a cooler of a ton of beers. And we'd also been hanging out there for a long time with a bunch of boys. I had 24 beers in there. And when I went back, like to go put these vests on, there's now like, I want to say like 16 beers, or not even, maybe just a dozen beers. So we start filling our vests. We're like, oh man, that's not enough. So like we had talked about how all
like,
the boys,
we're like, that could work. We're like,
no,
we are
we're
doing
doing
a full 24 pack.
Like we need to be racked out with 12 and like 12 a piece coming down this aisle. We are dishing out 24 beers on our walk of dishing flowers and dishing beers. So like you said, we were up hanging out at that golf course bar for a long time. Right before everybody like exited out, I book 100 miles an hour up to the bar, and I like push through these people. Like my parents are, they're like, hey, and I'm like, shut up. And I'm like, I didn't say that, but I was like, oh, hey, mom, dad, hi. And I'm like pushing these people, and I make eye contact with the gal that we'd been talking with, and I totally cut in front of like 5 different people. And like by this time, like crowds are starting to pour into Adam's actual wedding, like the people that will actually be attending. And I look like I'm frantic, and I run up and I go, I need 12 Busch Lights. And she's like, in a can? I'm like, yes, just give me them in a bag in a can. And
I need them now.
I'm throwing money.
Don't open them.
I'm like, don't open them. I'm like, please. I'm like, I need them right now. And she's like, A, that's weird because you've been up here for the past 5 hours drinking beers. You don't need any more. And you're really pushy. And I'm not a pushy guy. And I was like,
have no time.
Please, I'm telling you, we got like 5 minutes and I need these ASAP and I have to load them. And so she gives me a trash can full of beers, and I book downstairs, and Ryan and I are like
loading them up.
Dude,
and this is like, I mean, like a 12 pack is like whatever. Dude, when you're like wearing it, it's like heavy, dude.
Yeah. I was gonna say it looked. When I finally saw you guys, I was like, that looks heavy.
Heavy.
Like
dude, they were so cold. and they felt awesome.
Yeah. So then we hang out behind everybody. The whole wedding party goes out, like Adam said.
Wait. No, time out. So everyone's lined up in that inside thing, and there is like a dark room off to the side, like no windows, nothing. And we're just kind of hanging back, like, oh, I don't know, like we're just kind of standing around, like just trying to kind of stay out of like the whole front thing. And we're in this dark ass room, and Sam knocks over his fucking basket of flower petals all over the goddamn floor.
All over the floor. And this was not an area that you would want to do. Dude, I was like, oh shit. And it's just poof.
So now we're like scooping them up, like, oh fuck. And now everyone's walking outside, and we're like, oh Jesus.
It was just Gong Show City. And we're like, dude, Ryan and I are like, actually at this point, like, it is not our wedding. We are not the groom. You have so much actual responsibility in this. And Ryan and I are just trying to pull off the stunt. We were like nervous, and we were cutting it close, and I spilt the flowers, and we just loaded the beers. Ryan and I were like, we got this. Like we can do it. And dude, the boys are gonna like, everyone's gonna love this. And then we're like, what if everyone hates this? We're like we just need to calm
down.
Then
you do have that like little bit of like, God, I hope everybody likes me.
And then okay,
like, so we hope this isn't just an epic fail. We just look like idiots, dude.
Yeah. So we're like, okay, no, we're gonna crush this. We're hyped. We're like hiding behind these bushes. Like, I don't know. That was like you gotta hide behind these bushes kind of thing. Like that was like part of it. I don't know.
And we're by the DOC, the day of coordinator.
Yeah, and she's into it. She's like, this. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be like sweet. And then it's like we get out there, and there's like this soft piano music.
Yeah.
Playing.
So I had walked down, and everybody else has walked down by this point. I'm like standing at the altar, obviously waiting for Alyssa to come down. And like you want to like look at everybody and make eye contact, but also like if I were to make eye contact with anyone, I was going to start bawling. So I like had to just like look at people's feet and just like look around, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, come on. And like all the groomsmen and stuff had got up, and then it was like Sobi and Pink time, and I see them coming around the edge, and it's still the soft piano music.
No, hold on. Before this, also like Ryan and I are like freaking 10 beers in. Like you said, we were jumping the gun. We finally get all hyped up. We're like, hell yeah, we had music blaring like backstage with all the guys. We're excited, and we walk out and we hear this like soft, subtle piano music, and then there's your beautiful actual wedding, and it was like we were like, oh shit, this is like a really formal occasion, and we are standing here in beer vests, and there is subtle piano music playing,
and we thought 100% you lied to us that this song was and we're like, oh my god, we're gonna be the biggest idiots in the whole world.
They're gonna do the acoustic version of like, and I need you, na, 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 and I miss you, na, 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 na. And I'm like, this is a setup, dude. This is an absolute setup. This is so subtle music, and our vibes are totally different now.
And then here's where I really got pushed over the edge is when the coordinator lady goes, they're gonna play different music for you guys, right? And we both look at each other and we're like,
and we look at her and we're like,
seriously doubt it.
Like, what do you think? And she's like, oh, I don't know. And we're like, this is a setup, dude.
You think I know?
We had told DJ Maxx the new music. I will say,
DJ Maxx was in the corner ripping it with Griff. Like he just out of this world already.
Yeah, Griff is over in the corner. He like sees us. He's like, hey. And we're like, oh, and Usher would have been like such an easier job.
Was to make sure no one was using their phone, and he's standing in the back like taking selfies and shit with everybody.
And we're like, now we're mad because we're like, it would have been maybe an Usher would have been the deal. Like maybe we should have vouchered to get Usher jobs because there's no pressure. He's chilling. Everybody is seated. He did his job. He's done.
He's done. But yeah, so we're like, oh my god, like this is so stupid. And then like at the last minute, like they actually played that song, and we're like, oh god, thank God.
I saw your vibes change the moment that song changed. I saw the relief.
So Ryan and I had this plan. We're like, because they changed the song from beautiful like wedding music, acoustic, like people are about to like get married for the rest of their life, to Everybody by the Backstreet Boys, and they go, everybody, yeah, and we're like, game freaking on. We went to serious faces. We did not
Business
smile.
only.
And we went just flowers, 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 flowers until we reached the first seat in the way back. And then boom, we burst our jackets open. Tell them, Ryan, we hit that button.
Straight beer vests open, dude. And each one is like got like a strap on it. So you gotta like rip the strap off and then like punch the beer out and then you can like deal it. So it
was very emphatic. It was a process.
Dude, I felt we really got into that first moment, just like blew the jackets open. And then dude, the little towels were the move, dude.
We had brought out hand towels and just
polish up those beers and just started dealing, dude.
Yeah.
And here was the funny part. So like at the beginning, we started dealing, and like I think it took people a couple seconds to realize like what was happening. And then people were like pretty into it, I think.
And then people are like, I want one. Give me one.
I know.
Then people's hands are up. Then they're cheering. They're excited.
I'm throwing them, dude. Like I'm throwing beers. And like now I'm like looking. Now everyone's like waving, got their thing. And I'm looking like, dude, there are people just like sweating. Like they've been sitting there a while. And I'm like, you look hot. You know, I'm like dealing them. And these beers are ice cold, dude. People want these. And dude, I don't know who I like bent down to hand some. I like dumped like half those flowers in some lady's lap, and I was like, I'm sorry, dude. Like,
the beauty thing, Ryan, I took after Ryan in this. In between beers, Ryan is grabbing flowers and just yeeting them like 6 feet over his head, and I'm like, that's the kind of energy that we bring to the freaking table, boy. Yes, and I'm like, I can follow suit. Hell yeah. Boom, we're throwing these flowers.
We were just feeding, dude.
Most epic thing. Also, if you ever had 12 beers strapped to your chest in a short runway, you need to be dishing beers fast. We get to the end of the runway. Ryan is not done dishing all his beers out.
Dude, I
grabs the last beer, looks Bart in the face, and throws him like a 40-mile-an-hour fastball underhand, and Bart just one
Bart
hand
is
goes,
like he's like he looks happy, and but he's kind of glazed, like he's kind of like, you know, like I'm sure it's overwhelmed. Like,
there's a lot going on. Yeah. I'm laughing. It's fun, but I'm still like glazed.
I turn around and I'm at the end of the aisle, and I'm like, oh, like I just handed a beer to your dad. Like I'm out of options.
He's the last seat.
This is it. And I'm like, I just turned around and you were there. I was there, and I just like, dude, I just like threw it at you. And
it was really hot. It was really fast.
Dude,
I was watching from right to the side. He was like, oh my God.
It was a heater.
He was a heater. Ryan chucks this beer at Bart. Bart
like
just
head height. And he does, his arms are down, like at his sides. And I threw it, and I'm like, oh my God, dude, this is going to slam into the fucking altar thing. Like this is going to be a whole thing
for my face.
And I don't even know how it even played out, dude. But like you just like most athletic move I have seen you make in my life.
It was sick, dude. It was sick. From where I was sitting, it looked like Ryan
panicked. It looked orchestrated, and I had no clue it was coming.
So rehearsed, dude. And Ryan and I are like we rehearsed what we were gonna do, and we had told no one about this. And Ryan just yeets a beer at Bart, and he just goes, grabs it,
tab up, dude.
Top, drinks it, and I'm like, oh, that was so gangster.
Dude,
did you guys talk?
Dude, my head was, I see it. I look at Ryan, and all of a sudden there's a beer coming at me, and I just grab it instinctually. And then it's in my hand, and I look at it, and just a little thing in my head's like, fuck. Drink. I have to do something. Like, I can't just catch it and be like, I caught it. Like,
and like everyone is watching, right? We are in the
everybody's watching. Yeah. So I just
that's why I couldn't believe you threw it at him, dude. There's like everyone watching. This is not planned. You just underhand. And he's like, and I was like, holy shit. Sick.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I was just slinging them. Like dude, like same thing. Like I think I threw a couple like across the aisles, dude. Like
some elderly women. But it was sweet, dude. It was
so you guys crushed that, and then you yeeted.
Yeah, we just got out.
Then we ran to the back of the deal next to Griffin. He's like, good job. we're like, oh hell yeah, we're just pumped to be done. And then
where'd you get those beers?
But then it was crazy because right after that, and like that was such intense music, and we're throwing beers out, and the hype was high. And then like Cody Krug, one of our good buddies, walks out and he's officiating the wedding. And I remember me, Pink, and Griff are standing back there and we're like, oh damn, dude, this is about to go down. Like this is a real wedding. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is whoa. And then they got like really serious and it was cool. It was really cool. And like, yeah. Then you can tell from there, Bart or Ryan or whatever. It was cool.
No, I mean, and then you have the ceremony, and obviously that's the ceremony. Like, it was great. And I was just proud of, like, I had rehearsed my vows to Sobi beforehand, and I literally could not make it through them. And Alyssa said she couldn't make it through hers either. But you just get like superpowers up there, which was really nice. Needed that. And got through it all. Great, beautiful ceremony. But we wanted it to be quick. I think it probably ended up being around 10 minutes, maybe max 10 to 15. And then we get out of there, walk back down the aisle. We're married. And then you guys are still standing there. And I just look at you guys and I'm like, to the bar.
We're like, yeah,
oh my gosh.
And then, but then the funny part was Griff was like, yeah, and he goes to come with it. I'm like, no, you're an usher. You still like, you're not done yet. And then you guys are like, yeah,
yeah, do your job.
Yeah, Griff. And Griff was like,
but yeah, then we go walk up and we get so we get up to then like the cocktail hour or whatever, and like you guys literally it's like me, Alyssa, Sobi, Pink. Like, like it was just awesome. Us four just walking up, nobody, and then like the train's following, right? My parents said and everybody else said the funniest part was they let the whole wedding party go, and then normally the ushers like let every seat out, and it was so hot. They said that the moment the last person got through, everybody got up and left at the same time. Nice. They were just like, nope, I am not sitting here any longer. But we got up there, and dude, the Baja Blast slushies were the MVP of the night because of the heat. Yeah, like we got in there and everybody just started slugging them because it was like, I am so hot right now.
Talk about good timing. Like, say it was just a early fall wedding on a different day and it was 50 degrees and people are drinking the Baja, like, oh, those are nice. But like, talk about an alcoholic slushy on a 90-degree day. Like that is a sweet signature drink, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
we need, that just planned out. So that worked out awesome.
And they had it really dialed in from Thursday and like to Friday.
Yeah, they had it dialed.
Yeah. So those were humming. Only thing then, I mean, we had to go take more pictures and do more stuff. But the only thing I remember from that cocktail hour was obviously talking to people, super happy people are there. But then all of a sudden people are like looking at me like, where do I sit? And I get like 5 questions in a row of where do I sit? And I'm like, oh shit, we were supposed to walk in the front door, not the patio door. Nobody's walking by the seating charts right now. So I go over to Pink and I'm like, hey, I gotta go do stuff. But if you can just put the seating charts somewhere where people will see them, that would be huge. So then Pink and I think Panger.
Yeah, we just went, and there was a bunch of people standing there because it's a pretty good list, right?
Yeah.
So there's like probably a dozen people or so kind of standing, like kind of looking over each other, like, oh, where do I go? And we just walked in and just took these signs and just walked away. Like not even like, oh, like, you know, whatever. We were just like, no, bye. We just like yanked them and we just went and put them right by the bar where everyone was.
Yes.
And then I think it worked out. I don't know.
Yeah. And then that worked out. But then we got so we did all that. It's hectic. And then we get to Grand March. We all roll in and do our thing. It was hectic finding everyone because also like we did the whole rehearsal of the wedding, but we did not do a rehearsal of like, what do we do once we get back in and where do people need to be? So all of a sudden it's like, we're trying to track people down like, hey, we need to do this. And none of us knew we needed to be over here. So we go track everyone down, do the Grand March. And then that's where you guys had the other responsibility that I would say was very unique to the night that you both crushed.
Oh yeah.
But I will also say, Sobi, I will vividly remember this conversation with Pink from earlier in the day. So we ended up doing a kiss auction and they'll explain it. But like I kind of was giving Pink a little bit more of the rundown because he was asking more questions. I'm like, dude, just talk to Sobi. He knows what's going on. Like you'll be good. And he's like, yeah. So like all the money for St. Jude, right? And I'm like, no. This is not a St. Jude fundraiser. No.
I was like, oh shit. Okay, yeah.
But like in my head, I looked at Alyssa and I'm like, there was a world where Pink goes out there and he says like this all goes to St. Jude.
And we raised like a ton of money. Like,
that's actually so funny.
I was like, I'm very glad I clarified that. That would have been very embarrassing.
I had zero information, dude. Like I had no
I gave
idea
Pink like a quick 5-minute rundown right before, and I had just gotten like the day before rundown, but like we had a plan, and it was
yeah. So we get in there, and then basically, you guys can take over from here because once again, it was just like gave you boys the mics and we're like, go do your thing. But we got in there and everybody, I think most people don't really like the whole glass clanking thing. Like it's old and it just kind of gets annoying. So what we did was everybody obviously did it the first time and we did our kiss, but then Pink and Sobi were instructed to go take the mics.
Yeah, we talked to the DJ. We're like, when they clank the glass the second time for Bart and Alyssa to kiss, we're like, bring the frickin' mics right here. Bring them. Like, come on with it. And he's like, I don't know if I can get mics rigged up over here. We're like, no, we need mics. We need mics. We're about to run this. We're about to run up the bill here and get the new couple some cash. Like, come on with it. And then he got the mics. He's like, we're all good. And he was a good DJ. And then they clank the glasses a second time, and the two flower boys stand up. Pink and I just stand up, and we grab the mics, and we're like, okay, enough.
Everyone shut up.
I remember that was the first thing we said. Shh. Shut up. Everyone shut up with us.
And there's like, how many people are at this wedding?
Like 220.
If there wasn't beers in the mix, dude, I don't think we could have pulled this off because in front of everybody with the mics, we were like, shh, shut up.
And we don't know like many of these people.
Yeah. So that was a pretty electric part. So now everyone's looking at us, and we thought the flower girl part was the nervous wracking part. Like, but now we're up there in front of everybody with the mics, and we're like, well, first off, thank you for coming out. Right. You're like, shit, how do we explain this?
Well, because it was like the whole gist was like, okay, like if you instead of clanking glasses, like if you want you guys to kiss or whatever, they had to like give money.
We're like, okay, you freeloaders that are just sitting here, get to enjoy a great venue, great event, free food, free beer. It's time to open up the wallet if you so choose to. The next kiss is not for free. That first one was for free, and we're going to do a bit of an auction style. So as soon as we say go, if you lift $5 in the air, Bart and Alyssa, that's just a mere peck on the cheek. You throw $20 in the air, it's going to be a good kiss, a potential dip. You throw $40, $50 in the air, you're going to see some tongue. You throw $100 in the air, I have a list of other couples in this audience that I will call out to make stand up and kiss with the bride and groom. Or you could pick your poison. You could call out another couple at your table or across the venue to kiss. And then, boom, we went right into, can I see 20? Can I see 50? 20, 50? Can I see 20?
And people are slinging.
People's arms go up and just like, boom, $20. Bart and Alyssa dip. $20, they dip. $20, they dip.
And we're just calling it out.
Let's see some tongue. Let's see some tongue. Come on, get in there, Bart. Let's see some tongue. Boom. And then
like people are getting into it, dude. Like hype is building.
And then people are screaming at me. They're like, hey, I have 100. Like, look at me. Like, don't deal with those people, those low ballers over there. I have 100. And I'm like, absolutely. You have my full attention. And we walk right over them and they start calling out other couples. And then they start going, I have $120. I want to see Alyssa dip Bart and kiss. And then we're calling this out on the mic and it's electric. People are laughing. People are cheering. Money is flying everywhere. And it was a wild, like, 8 minutes.
And then people start calling out other tables and stuff, dude.
Yes.
And
tables got aggressive against other tables.
Yeah. And then what? Like, I think it was Bart's mom she's like calling out people in the back, like her friends that are there or whatever. Like we had a whole table going, dude.
And we're like, this is a pay to play program, folks. Put it up and we'll do as you say. From flower girl to auctioneers, we were giving it the freaking
like we had at one point some people were like pooling their money and they're like doing it and we're like there was one there they're like, all right, like, I don't know how it was, like $150 or something. And it's like, all right, what will you do for $150?
Yeah,
Bart's
yeah.
just, like, taking his jacket off and shit. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go.
And it was good. It was like it was probably I wasn't even looking up front a lot. It was probably a lot of kissing action on your end.
There had to be.
There were a lot of kisses and a lot of stuff happening, but it worked out great because it was like just like we had explained to you guys was it's going to be very nerve-wracking and hard for you guys at the beginning, but once you get a couple going and people go,
Yes.
it gets
Plus,
so
I had-
energetic,
it was
and then
so-
No
everybody.
idea what we
phenomenal
were
then.
even doing until we were doing it, and I was like,
Yeah.
and
That
of
was
course, dude, and like I think it was so funny because as soon as you got go, first person is Sobi's mom walking right down the middle with like $20, and we're like, what is going on?
I'm like, Mom, sit down. And she's
Like,
like, I want to see him kiss.
we didn't even get through explaining how it worked, and she's the only person standing up. She's like, I have $20. We're like, okay.
But it was good. It got it going. I was like, all right, here we go. $20.
Yeah.
$20. Let's see a dip. And then boom. Yeah, it was good. It was so good. And I think
Ugh.
And the best part about this too, so if you have couples or someone you know getting married and they're thinking, like, if your bride does not want to have a bunch of people staring at her kissing, this is the way to do it, because
Yeah.
I don't think anybody watched us. All they did was watch Sobi and Pink.
Dude, there was
We were
people
running
yelling
this
everywhere,
hilarious.
dude. It was crazy in there.
it was crazy. The crowd was running and the money was flying. And Adam looked me in the face and he said, I heard of this at one other wedding and they raised $600. And I was like, just like the night before, we don't do a bingo. We do a blackout. Game on. Game on. Dude, this is what we do.
We're like G or a bust.
Yeah, we're going for a G. And I think in like 8 minutes, Ryan and I and Bart's lips raised like $1,200, so over $1,200 in like 8 minutes for the bride and groom, and we were like, yeah. It was cool. It was electric, dude. It was electric.
Oh my God,
It was great.
Couldn't have done it without beers. Couldn't have done it without Bart's lips.
And then once that was done, we never heard a glass clank again the rest of the night.
Wow, dude.
They knew that was the end of it. They're like, we could start a show here, and we're gonna have to pay to play. And these guys with the microphones will get in our face. Oh, it was good, dude. It was really good. I loved it. That was cool. That was a really cool dynamic. And you raised a bunch of money for the bride.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, it was awesome. And then we dove into tacos. We had all the tacos, Baja Blast slushies, and all that. I think people loved the tacos.
Yes. And you could
'Cause
do
it was
some
easy.
nachos and tacos. And it's like, Steph and I were saying that when we were sitting by each other. We're like, such an incredible way to cater a wedding. A, everybody loves tacos. B, they can make them how they want it. C, you can hit tacos, you can hit nachos, you can hit a soft shell, you can do a tacos. Like you can't lose. You cannot lose. And it's really good. Like that was sweet. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought the
It was really
tacos
good
were a
food.
hit. It was, and then also it was easy for us to eat quick because then once again we have to go do pictures and this other stuff, and then it's speeches and a lot of dance and a lot of drinking.
Shout out to Bart's brother,
Yes.
Daniel and Ben, too. A great brother duo. Bart has two brothers, and they both have two different personalities, which made it incredible. Daniel is a little bit quieter, but very clever and dry.
Extremely dry.
And Ben is a little bit a more open personality, great storyteller. And those two together just comboed up, just a beautiful riding the silver line of a roast fest on Bart. And it was so good. It was so good. It was
good.
awesome.
Dude,
Awesome.
Jeff, Alyssa's dad said that he had multiple people come up or over to him and be like, "Oh, that's funny that Adam's best man. He's like a stand-up comedian," because they thought his dryness and the personality was an act.
Like he was doing a character or something.
Like he was doing a character because Ben was so emphatic and everyone else, and
Yeah.
Daniel's just like, yeah. So, and then he like goes through his sheet, like he just played it. He just
so
was
good.
him so perfectly. that it seemed like it could have been planted. And especially after after you guys doing your stuff, it was still a little bit of like, okay, are we being tricked right now?
Yeah, they're the audience. They're almost like an audience to your wedding, not just like, they got a great show. All
I feel like they did. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, it did not let down. Like I was many beers deep, and Daniel, like it was speeches were starting, and I was like, shut up. This is gonna be good. Like I was telling Steph and I was like, everyone shut up, dude. This is gonna be really good. And it was. And Daniel,
who were you guys sitting with again? So it was you, Steph, Nicole, Ryan, and then who else was it?
Yeah, Knorr, and then we had Krug.
Yes.
Oh,
Krug.
Perfect. Yes.
And it was right by Rello and all them, and right by Pangrak, and yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and I know Spock came over there and he was hanging out with us for a while, and that was like towards the end of it was so hot even inside, dude. And we were sitting right by this door, and somebody was just like, let's just open the door, and it like it like says on the door like, don't open this door. We're like, we're opening it. It's like way hotter, right? And we open the door, and somebody put like a chair in front of it, to prop it open or whatever. And the lady from the venue came over, and she was like, not having it. Like, you cannot have this door open type of thing. And we're like, dude, it's 100 degrees inside this building. You know what I mean? And she was like adamant about how like, no, like the humidity's going to come. It's going to be this whole thing. And Spock is there. And like, he was already pretty tuned up, and then Spock's like having like a conversation with this lady about like how we keep the door open and like something like how humidity works. It was like like, I cannot believe this is happening. And she was not having any of it, dude. Like, he's like, how he talks, like, just like, oh, it's all good. And she's like, no. Drags it in, like slams the door, closes the box, like, wow, okay. It was just so funny. And we're just sitting there watching it all happen. I'm like, God damn, that's awesome.
And it was just, and then that, went into the dance, and it was just like, it was so good. There's so like, one thing that's really cool is like a bunch of greasy fishermen are not scared to get on the dance floor and cut a rug. And that is really cool to me. That's what my mom said too. She goes, Adam has all these fishing friends and they all dance. That's so cool. And I'm like, yeah, my mom goes, maybe they're just like in touch with the outdoors and they're just like, can put their guard down, or they're just not. I'm like, dude, fishing has broken all of these men so much. Dancing in front of public groups, they could care less. They have been publicly humiliated enough in tournaments doing what they love. They could care less if actual people saw them dance. These people are not scared to dance. And she's like, dude, I just think that's so cool.
But your parents were tearing it up, like, what, the whole time, dude.
Aaron Teal is dancing with my mom. Aaron Teal is an incredible dancer. Aaron Teal, shout out the Bass Galaxy. Great podcast. Aaron Teal is throwing my mom around and spinning her and all this. And he has no idea at this time this is my mom. and I remember Gretchen from St. Jude, who Adam does a lot of work with Matt Pangrak. They raise a ton of money for St. Jude. She's at the wedding, which is incredible. And we're having a conversation about St. Jude and whatever. And I like remember looking her in the face. I'm like, do you have your phone? Do you have your phone? I was like, pull out your phone, get a video of Aaron Teal and my mom dancing. I'm like screaming in Gretchen's face, film this. I'm like, film this now. She's like talking to me about like real serious about fundraising or whatever. Like, you should be in St. Jude next year. I'm like, dude, film this now. Then I woke up the next morning and I had 2 video texts from Gretchen of Aaron Teal and my mom just.
And he was just grabbing like any woman and just flinging them, dude, and just cracking the whip. Like, dude, it was crazy. Like, he's an animal, dude.
Yeah, he's an animal, dude. And everybody was dancing. It was really good. It was really good. All these eclectic fishermen, like, just out there cutting rugs.
We were talking about too, and I think it really showed out at the wedding with everybody dressed up, looking nice and everything. But Isn't it crazy too? We all make fun of ourselves for being these greasy fishermen who are always away from home and just whatever. And you get to a wedding and you look around at all your buddies' wives and girlfriends, and you're all like, man, we all like, there's a lot of really attractive women here right now.
Yeah. Hey, not bad,
Like,
not bad, boy.
yeah, we're all doing
good.
really good. Like,
Good.
like very, very good looking group of people all around, all of us.
We normally all just see each other at our lowest when we've just spent 14 hours on the water and we look really like shit. And then everybody is not wearing a hat and has their hair done. We're like, hey, okay. Okay.
Damn.
Okay. Damn.
Dude, and the collection of just, I mean, obviously it was my wedding, so I knew everyone there. But even for you, Sobi, and going around, you're just like, the amount of people here I know
Oh, incredible.
is crazy. Fisherman wise, it was everybody. It was awesome.
James Chapman is just handing out shots. handing out shots to this older guy, and he like nudged me. He's like, dude, who the hell is that? I'm like, that's my dad. He's like, what? No way. Just hilarious, dude. And like, I was actually really excited that like my parents could like see so many people. Like, obviously they made a huge impact on your life, but we have so many mutual connections of just like each one of these people here have such unique stories. This is a Wyatt Stout. He is a river rat extraordinaire / kills big deer / finds morels / could just murk anybody on the river, and he's just out there just like he was angry, man, just breaking his back on the dance floor. And like like I'm just telling this to my dad as my mom is out there like looking like one of the blow up dolls that you see at a used car sale a lot with him. And I'm like, this is electric, dude. This is such an electric dance. So good. So good.
So many people. But yeah, then it gets to what, like 10:30 at night, and that's then when the marriage license thing came out, and we were like, oh shit, we actually have to sign that.
I don't even exactly, because I would like,
how did this come up?
Well, so it was,
I don't know.
So I mean, obviously, so on my side, right, we do the first, like, you go through the whole wedding day, and it's awesome and an amazing day. I'll always remember. And Alyssa and I are taking moments to like remember and look at that everybody's there and everything. But by the time like you're getting through speeches and getting to first dance, it's now been 11 to 12 hours of like agenda, like this, then do this, then do this. And we're both like, I am so ready to be done with the last agenda item and just like dance and talk to people. So
yeah,
we get done with our dances, and then Alyssa had already had a friend bring her up Crocs. I had to run downstairs and change shoes. Now you're talking to people, mixing around and trying to look at your phone or time and be like, okay, like I can't, time will slip away really fast if I just start having conversations with people. So go out to the dance floor, dance for a bit, then go outside, spend time dancing with Alyssa, bounce around. All she wants is to dance with everybody on the dance floor. And obviously she wants me to dance, but then go hang out with all my friends who are there. So we're bouncing around. Well, all of a sudden it's like 10:30 and everybody's had a lot of alcohol. And we knew the music was going to get really rowdy at about 11. Because we had set up playing some songs that Alyssa and I specifically wanted, that we didn't really care if anybody else wanted to hear them or not, but we wanted to be there. So at like 10:30, Alyssa and I are like, we're going to go outside and like take a breather because it's finally cooled down to at least like 70 something degrees outside and it's hot inside. So we go outside. There's a ton of people chilling on that porch, which turned out to be great too. And we're out there, and then her mom shows up with like the marriage certificate. Like, you should probably sign this. And luckily, Pink and Panger were there.
Well, so me and Panger are outside because me and Nicole were just like throwing down on this dance thing, dude. And like we're like, dude, I'm like sweated out, dude. I'm like, we got to go outside or something, you know. I'm like, all right. So we go outside, and we're on the thing, and Panger's like, dude, like, somebody brought like some cigars or whatever, and they were like on the thing, and like Chad Smith is sitting at a table with some people over here, and they got all these cigars laid out and all that stuff. Panger's like, dude, like, you trying to smoke a cigar? He's like, I'll smoke a cigar if you smoke a cigar. I was like, yeah, it's cool. So we're like out here like doing this, and we're just like sitting in the dark, like smoking some cigars or whatever. And then like there's all this like everybody's hooting and hollering behind us, and so it's like, we need a light. We need a light. And we're like, oh, okay, oh, we can do that, you know? So we like come over there.
Such right place, right time.
Shining these flashlights around, and we're like, I don't even know what's happening, dude. And like Alyssa's over there, she's like getting it, and like then I start putting 2 and 2 together about like what's happening or whatever, and I'm like, I have to document this.
Oh,
like I have to do it. And like so Panger's got like all these, he's got like a flashlight on the whole thing. I'm like recording this video, and then well, you've seen the video. I mean, it's like you guys are trying to figure out who has to sign what, and you're like looking for, you needed Daniel because you're like, he was supposed to be like the witness.
Yeah, Daniel's the witness.
Yeah,
so we have to go grab Daniel.
Has anyone seen Daniel? And I was like, no, dude, I have not. So I like go in there, and he's up by the dance thing, but he's like, nah, he's just like chilling there or whatever. We're like, we need you, dude. We need you. And he's like, okay. Like, yeah, like, he doesn't even know what I'm talking about. I was like, no. Like, you have to come right now, dude. Like, you have to. And he's like, okay. And then, like, we get him outside, and then you're trying to, like, explain to him he's got to sign this thing. And, like, I don't even know. Like, in the video, I think it was Alyssa's friend or somebody's got to sign this thing. And Panger is just, like, dying, laughing about that this is happening. Because he's like, dude, this is worth the 15-hour drive right here. Just this. Oh, my God, dude.
I can't believe that you were enjoying a cigar and you happen to be right place, right time to capture just like epic moment on video. Like no one's looking at the camera. Like that was like a moment that you capture on camera that's so rarely ever captured, where like you're just capturing exactly what's happening. They don't know they're being filmed. They don't care. They're in the moment. Like it's such a good clip. Like it's
Alyssa's just jamming out to whatever song's going on, and you can see me being like, all right, I gotta be the one to sober up here and figure out where people need to sign. It has been submitted and it's all good. It was filled out correctly for the record. It was all good.
And then the best part is you guys got in like a little squad picture at the end,
and we took a picture.
Krug's holding it up, and Krug is obliterated, dude.
Krug is a good buddy of Adam's, and he also officiated the wedding, so that makes it even better. Like you have the actual officiant there being like throwing deuces.
Oh my God, dude, it was awesome.
Yeah. Then we tore up the dance floor the rest of the night, and I was impressed with how many people stayed until literally the last song finished. There were so many people there so late.
I know. Yeah, dude, the dance floor was packed late, like to the end.
Yeah.
Like
it was. Like. Also, did anybody else notice DJ Max? Like he had to have gotten the best workout there. Because you would turn and look at him, and he was like pogo sticking.
He was just dancing the whole time, just jumping.
Yeah.
Dude, and he's got hops, dude. Like this dude. Like low key, 40-inch vertical, no doubt. Incredible.
He was into it. But yeah, I mean, we got all that done, cleaned everything up, bounced, and crashed.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Crashed. I don't know if Chappie was trying to get people to go to a bar or something after, and Alyssa and I were going to go actually, but then nobody texted us. So I was like, okay, well, we're going to bed, I guess. So I don't know if anybody did anything else after, if they all went back and went to bed. I'm sure Sobi took his 35-minute Uber ride back.
We got in the Uber with my parents, and this guy, yeah, like I like shoved my mom in the back seat because my mom was like, "Oh, you have basketballs in the front seat. Do you like to play basketball?" I'm like, "No. You're not getting in this conversation right now with DeAndre, the driver. Like, I will talk with him about Minnesota sports, Mom. Like, hop in the back."
You have to tell, what was the, dude, I love your mom, but what was that? I just love these Uber stories. What was the Muhammad thing?
So Steph shows up to the venue, obviously, like later. She came from work and she checked in the hotel. And it was the same hotel that my parents were at. That was the whole reason I like got this hotel room, because I was like, my parents are going to this wedding. We'll at least stay at the same place as them. Like, I thought it'd be a nice thing to do, then like, just kind of squat up with them as they're, I know a lot of people at this wedding, they're whatever. Like, as my parents were going, I thought it'd be kind to squat up with them. So Steph squatted up with them to Uber over. And my mom like hops in the front seat of their Uber driver. And Steph tells me this whole story. Steph's like, I got an Uber story. They like hop in the front seat of this Uber. And my mom's like, what's your name? And he's like, Muhammad. And she's like, Muhammad? She's like pronouncing it weird. And if any of you don't know out there, like this is probably from the movie Superbad, like Muhammad is the most common name in the world.
Yeah.
In the actual world. And my mom is like sounding it out 8 different ways in front of him. And Steph is in the back like, oh my gosh. And she's like, how do you say it? Muhammad? He's like, Muhammad. Like everyone is in the world has heard the name Muhammad. That's like being like, hi, my name is Jack Johnson. You know what I mean? Like very common. That would be like, how do you pronounce Johnson? It's pronounced like Johnson. Like, it's just a gong show city. So this is after, like my mom has had many glasses of wine, dancing the night away. We get the Uber ride home and it's DeAndre and he's got basketballs in the front seat and he's ready to talk sports. My mom's like, hey, friend. And I'm like, no, get in the back. Get in the back. I was like, you didn't know how to pronounce Muhammad? I will be speaking with this guy and he's going to get us home safe and get in the back. So then we just talked about Vikings and Minnesota sports, and he was a big Colts fan and whatever. We talked sports the whole way home, but I was like, shut it down, shut it down as we walked out. It was pretty funny. It was
incredible.
It was pretty good. Oh gosh, Muhammad, mom.
It's crazy. Yeah, it was
nobody
prepares you also for how bad your feet and legs will hurt the day after.
Oh,
definitely.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Used muscles we don't normally use dancing. Yeah. We are not dancing with the stars.
Yeah. You should have seen just the performance in the boat the next day.
Oh, you guys tried to stand?
Oh, dude, we were dying. Absolutely dying. And it was a full grinder all day. We're out there and I was like, this ain't like we'd go for a while, you hit spot lock and just lay on the floor.
Honestly, mad respect that musky fishing is taxing if you're fully energized, and then musky fishing post-wedding hangover. Oh. Respect, dude. Serious respect to you, Nicole. Absolute grinders. Like serious respect.
Oh, dude, we were feeling it, no doubt,
dude. But like in terms of the alcohol drink, I would love to know what it actually ended up being. But I think by the time the dance hit, we had gone through I think it was 8 bottles of Tito's and I think 6 full kegs.
Yeah, I think before the dance really hit it hard, I remember you telling me, you're like, dude, we just went through our 6th keg. And I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, everybody's good at the we're all adults.
Well, I know they shut down that slushy machine because they ran out of stuff to put in it. So
yeah,
that's good. That's when that's what you want. You had a seriously very electric, so electric wedding, dude. Like probably the funnest wedding I've ever been to. Serious.
It was really good.
It was really good. Like the full thing. And going back, if you had to start your wedding festivities all the way at the bachelor party, and there's a different podcast on that, you guys should go back and listen to that one. That's the recap of that is so good. But incredible wedding, dude. The venue was beautiful, but incredible, dude. And just the raw mix of folks that were there, you could never replicate that room ever again.
There were so many people there that it was all of these people have not been in one location all together. Probably ever.
Yeah. And
actually.
Yeah. The group that you had there was so good.
Good times. It was good times.
Dang.
Now I'm excited. I'm excited to see the videos and everything from after. Good old DeMarkey was filming the whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
There's got to be some good stuff, dude. There's got.
Well, I'm just waiting for your guys' entrance, the auction, like all the stuff. There's gonna be so much good stuff.
I'm so glad he's got footage of all that. I'm glad he was rolling for everything. Like
I just like you kind of black out. You don't black out during it all. Like you remember it, but it's just like this. Like Pink said, it's almost like this haze of just like glossy haze of like, oh, this is actually going on. This is your day. Now you want to go back and like be like, okay, like I want to go back through the best man speech and rewatch it and listen to the whole thing and like, all of it.
So they have footage of Daniel's speech and all that.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. That's
awesome.
like that's
Dude, I
like
feel like your mom's was really, really strong too.
Yeah, my mom wanted to give this speech instead of my dad, and I was like, either way, it's gonna have the same result. So I was just ready for all the speeches. I was like, this isn't being Adam roast fest.
Hanger's sitting right behind me, like he is right behind me, right there. Halfway through your mom's speech, he leans forward. He goes, "Are weddings normally like this?" I'm like, "No."
It was awesome. It was so good.
Our weddings normally like this. I was glad he made it up.
That's so cool. I'm so glad he went.
He had a good time, dude, for sure.
Just the amount of people I'd walk around, I just see talking to each other. I'm like, huh, that's an interesting pair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
damn.
Well, how do we
run it back?
How do we cap this out? How do we?
I don't even know, dude. I don't even know.
You
made it this far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OG listener.
Thank you. And it was a good wedding. Adam is sent off to be a Misters now, and I hope Alyssa had a great time too. Did Alyssa? Maybe that's how we cap it off. Did Alyssa have a good time?
Yeah, we had a great time.
Like,
yeah, everybody had a great time. That was kind of we talked about after, like a lot. Whatever weddings we've been to, it always feels like there's something that happens, and you're like, oh, that kind of stinks or whatever. And we kind of went through and we're like, I mean, our thing was it was hot. Like, I don't think anything ever really happened, or people were like, oh, this part sucked, or this was lame, or this was too long, or whatever. I mean, the buffet, it took a while for people to get food, but there's 220 people there, and everybody who was later was right by the bar. So I think they were plenty happy with the bar right there.
Yeah, I think it went like for that wild group, nobody was injured. Everybody ate, everybody drank.
And for the wild group, the venue ended up emailing us the next day, and they gave us just an awesome message of like just thanking us and saying that our group was one of the best, most well-behaved, respectful to all the staff, like
really? That's
enjoyable groups they've ever had. So they were just super thankful for that. So like I said, we make the jokes of like, oh, Wild Ruckus crew, but all the respect and everything.
Yeah,
we have fun, but to a line of like, oh, okay, we got to take care of this guy or help with this or move things around.
Yeah, we're a respectful group. Mm-hmm. Like we're not gonna be crazy. Like you and Andrew Rosowski might have 54 beers, but he's gonna thank every gal that comes walk by and grabs a plate of food. Like, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's some good boys there. Those are good boys.
I will say, I know the perfect way we can end the pod right now, and you'll enjoy this, Sobi. Pink already knows this, but Spock got us a gift for our wedding, and we unpacked it, obviously, the next day. Sobi, what do you think Spock, a.k.a. Andrew Osowski, gave us for our wedding?
It had to be an agate, dude. It had to be an agate. There ain't no way it wasn't an agate.
He gave us a gift bag of agates.
Yes, dude, those are wedding agates.
How was it presented?
It was packaged in a gift bag with "Merry Christmas" and "Ho ho ho" gift wrap on top of it. And Alyssa pulled the wrap off of it.
No card, nothing.
No card, nothing, no signature, nothing in it. Just opened it, pulled it out, started laughing and looked at me, and I'm like, what? And she just grabbed the bag and tipped it over in our living room. And it was just rocks.
Yes, dude.
Gravel.
Dude, those like you should get a small mason jar or something, like a glass.
Oh no,
jar.
we're ordering like a display case for them, and her dad's like cleaning them up and like tumbling them and everything. And we're gonna have like a display case of that. They're like actually very beautiful agates.
Oh yeah.
They're super cool, but yeah, that was that. We got a bunch of other really great gifts and everything, but that one was because I remember he was like, what do you want for your wedding or whatever? And I remember looking at him being like, Spock, if you just gave us a cool agate, that like I actually don't think I would ever be disappointed. I think that'd be sweet. And he just gave us a bunch of agates.
That is awesome. And I love how it wasn't named. There was no card. You're like he knew he put that on the table, being like, he'll know it's from me.
Yeah.
He'll know. Yeah.
He'll know.
But also, there was a little part of him probably sitting there being like, God, but what if someone else gave him agates?
And I guess I do have to say this. Me and Sam talked about this, and I hate to say it, but Sam, we made a little gentleman's wager.
Oh my gosh,
about the agates.
We did, didn't we?
We had a bet. We had an over-under on the amount of agates that will be collected by Spock at the wedding venue.
Oh, that's right.
We're like, this is a golf course. They probably have beautiful rock gardens out front of this. We're like, he's going to find it, dude. The hound dog will sniff it out.
Yeah. But we said, hey, you can't like bring it up. Like, it can't be like we're encouraging it. It just has to be organic. Like, if he finds them, he finds them. I checked in with him.
He did.
So we set the under at 3.
Yeah.
Or we set the over under at 3. Sam, you took the over. I took the under. And Spock went outside with a flashlight during the reception.
No.
And
no
found
way.
6 agates.
No way. No way. Are you being actually serious? Are you being actually serious?
This is what he told me, dude.
No way. Because I left there being like, oh, now that we've been here, like Brian and I set this bet the night before, a pure bet, and we're not going to encourage it, not bring it up around him, nothing. And then as I left the venue, like, here's my agate intuition. I was like, dude, I don't even know if they have rocks around here. Like, I didn't think I saw them. Like,
I didn't either. So I went up to him at the end of the night, right? And I'm like, I gotta at least find out. And I'm like, dude, think there's any agates around here or whatever? He's like, oh yeah. He's like, the landscaping around here is perfect. And I'm like, do you think you could find some? He's like, I did. And I'm like, shut up. How many? He's like, well, I was out there with a flashlight. He's like, I found 6, but then people were wondering what I was doing. So I just got out of there.
Unreal.
So we'll have to confirm. We'll have to get video evidence of the agates to confirm. But word on the street is there was 6 collected at the wedding venue.
Oh my gosh. I honestly felt at high risk for taking the over on that. I'm like, he's at the wedding.
But we talked, and I was like, dude, if he finds one, he's gonna find a bunch.
Yeah. There was no in between. That's so electric. Damn.
Well, anyway.
Bart, cap off to the people. You had an incredible wedding. Great stories, a great fisherman. And this was a good OG pod to catch people up with what's going on in fall and you and your send-off in marriagehood.
Yeah, dude. No, it was great few weeks and excited to dude, it's a lot of planning for one day. And when it lives up to it, you see a bunch of people having fun. And we just wanted to throw a big party with everybody who'd been a part of our lives there. And they all had fun, had a great time. We got to go on a trip afterwards. And now it's heading into fall. And I mean, we got like three more trips, I think, the rest of the month. So, just right back at it. And then we're heading into fall, heading into ice. So I'm just glad we could now flip to the next chapter anyways in my life, but also just it feels good that it is all over. There's no more planning or bills or whatever. It's like, okay, life, let's go.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you to each and every one of you who had made it all the way to the end. You're truly PTB Nation. You're OGs. We appreciate you. Thank you. From all the boys to us, I hope you're having an awesome fall. And yeah, thank you for listening to another Pass the Barb. Peace.